What is up? What's good, y'all? Diaz in the building. What up, Diaz? What is good? We're in damn week 14. This is it. This is what it comes down to. Does this week matter for anybody out there? Is it a must win for you? I think I have one league that's a must win for me. The rest I'm either in or I'm out of. Looks like it will be just me tonight. No Hammer tonight. Hammer will be on in the morning. Mm. But yeah, it felt like shit last night. Still feel like shit, but I'm on tonight. We got people's seasons on the line, fantasy seasons on the line. Cameron, what up, Cameron? Flex Cup Reed, Gus Keaton, or Lockett? Damn. I mean, Gus Keaton, Lockett. I mean, my feeling is like I want to go with the highest upside with Cup, but Watson is out. Like Reed is interesting. But I don't think any of these guys have, like, the ceiling of what Cup has, so and I know Cup hasn't been doing well, so it's tough to roll with him, but, I mean, with these options, I mean, can we really trust any of these guys over Cooper Cup? Like, it's damn, man, it's rough. I mean, guys, chat, help me out here. Who you guys feeling? Like, can we play any of these guys over Cup? I just feel like I can't I couldn't live with myself if I played somebody else and then Cup had a buck 50 and 2 touchdowns, like, I so I think I'm gonna have to just live or die on Cup and just leave it at that. Kev, what up, Kev? I have a must win in 1, lost to the bottom 2 teams the last 2 weeks. Yeah, it happened like that to me in 1 league too, where I have literally the 3rd highest points for in the league, but I'm in, like, 7th place right now, and I'm in a must win. If I win, I'm in, so I just gotta win. Yeah, man, it's everywhere. My daughter's sick too, so, yeah, we're all just Cameron said I'm with you. Yeah, man, that's tough. Tommy, what up, Tommy? Winning, I'm in. Half PPR, running back and flex. CEH, Elijah Moore, and Keaton Mitchell. Pick 2. That's tough. I know Amari Cooper is okay, like, he's good to go. Let me pull up some of the games here. Alright, so the Browns got the Jags, and if Flacco is starting, I mean, Flacco can sling it. Flacco can throw the ball. I think he had the most air yards last week, and he has a kinda little connection with Elijah Moore, so that's interesting. I think I'm probably going to play Elijah Moore, and then it's really between, like, Mitchell and CEH, like, CEH technically, I guess, is the starter, but even the coach is like, "Yeah, we have certain packages," and so it's always worrisome with CEH, but, I mean, somebody's gotta touch the ball back there, right? And then Keaton Mitchell kinda, in that timeshare-ish, splitting the carries. It's like a three-headed backfield over there. Only needs is one really to break it, though, so I do like Mitchell. I do like Elijah Moore. I mean, CEH, can we really trust CEH? Like, can we really? Against the Bills? I mean, I don't see him getting Pacheco work. I mean, they are playing the Bills, so are they gonna have to throw a little more? So, I think I'm gonna roll with Elijah Moore and Mitchell, and that's tough, but give me Elijah Moore and Mitchell. Marty in the building. What up, Marty? Band trades, right? Oh, man. But, yeah, I mean, dynasty leagues, depending on when your trade deadline is, some leagues, it's this particular week going into the playoffs. Some leagues don't have any at all. I play in 2 where once you get to the playoffs, only playoff teams can trade with playoff teams and non-playoff teams with non-playoff teams, but it's good to have I like it that it's different in every league, so it gives you a little bit different to strategize. If Flacco starts, I'm going Cooper. Yeah, if it's DTR, I'm only playing the backs and Joku, not touching the Chiefs' backs. Yeah, it's tough to touch the Chiefs' back, man. Mitchell's going off this week. Yeah, yeah, I can feel it. I can feel it. With DTR, yeah, he keeps it short, so I feel you, Diaz. I feel you. Would you roll with Tucker as kicker with rain in the forecast or pivot to grabbing Jake Elliott off waivers? I mean, isn't Jake Elliott like a one of the top kickers right now? I think I have him in one of my kicker leagues. Jake Elliott he's kicker 5 on the season, so yeah, give me Elliott at Dallas in the dome where it could be a shootout. Hopefully, he's kicking some field goals and it's not all just extra points. But do you want to take the chance in the rain? I mean, I don't know how bad it's necessarily going to be. Let me see if I can pull up the weather. Check out the weather real quick. Tucker. Rain, looking at the potential for a heavy band of rain just east of Baltimore, another heavy batch just west. Stadium itself getting the best possible outcome. Off and on to light moderate rain, winds 10 to 15 with gusts around 20 miles per hour. So you could just play it safe and go with the dome guy. I think you're fine doing that. I think you're fine rolling with the dome. Kevin said in start 11, picks one to flex, pick one to flex. Thielen, Hyatt, Singletary, Taysom, and Alec Pierce. Too many, I know. It's all good. It's really only between 2 guys here. It's either between Adam Thielen and Taysom for me. I mean, Taysom has been good, but Thielen has not been good, but he has potential for a high for a high percentage of targets. Taysom's been all over. I don't think Juwan Johnson is playing, so that does make Taysom kind of interesting. Can we play him over Thielen? And is it full PPR? If it's full PPR, I'm probably just gonna go Thielen, but I could see if you wanted to play Taysom, free trade markets. Pacheco's been out, I think, for the last few days. For the last few days, he's been out. No way, Hammer, about to knock me out the playoffs. Oh, are you out if you lose? Are you automatically out if you lose this? Yeah, said the weather's getting bad. Get some dome. Yeah, especially when like the season's on the line. Like, there's no reason to get cute. I know Tucker is Tucker, but at the same time, like I said, Elliott is what number 5 on the season. So let's just roll with it. Another win, and then pick 2. Okay, another win, and then pick 2 wide receiver and flex. Pick 2 wide receivers on the flex. Okay, Hubbard, Mitchell, Godwin, Lockett, CEH, or Downs. Okay. So we got to pick 3 of these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 options here. It's not going to be Godwin. Not going to be Godwin. Hubbard is interesting. Mitchell is interesting. Lockett, CEH. I'll take CEH out of it too. I mean, even Lockett is hard to trust. I mean, would it be crazy to say like Downs, Hubbard, and Mitchell? Oh, no, I can't because you gotta play 2 wide receivers, my bad. Alright, you gotta play 2 wide receivers, shit. Alright, I guess the 2 wide receivers is gonna be Downs and Lockett, I guess. I'm not gonna take Godwin, I mean, he hasn't been that good. Give me Lockett and Downs, I guess, if I've gotta pick 2 wide receivers. If I gotta throw in the flex is probably gonna be either Mitchell or Hubbard for sure. I mean, Chuba's been Chuba's been good. They've got the Saints, though. Where's Mitchell at? Mitchell's got the Rams. I mean, Chuba's been getting that work, though. 14 and 25 carries the last 2 weeks. Are they trying to run the ball more? I mean, give me Chuba. Give me Chuba. That's close, though. That's close. I've had the shittiest end to the year. Team just fell apart. T. Higgins didn't do shit. Traded for Amari. Drafted Terry. I hate it. Yeah, I mean, we talk about that Washington situation all the time, how it's just weird. I mean, none of the receivers are doing anything. Amari, I mean, yeah, sucks. Watson went down. T. Higgins didn't do jack, and then Burrow goes down. I have Higgins in a few leagues, so I know how that feels. But maybe we can talk after season about some trades. Hammer needs 3 of the 4 and 6 of the 3 of the 4 of the 6 and 7 teams to lose, and he's in as he has the highest points for it. There you go. Yep, I need a win. I'm pretty sure I've stopped paying attention to that league the last like 2 weeks. It's been paining me bad for my mental health. Listen, it's coming down to the wire, coming down to the wire. Need some big wins. Need some big wins. I had the little Monday miracle last week, so sorry, Marty, but Kev said start 8 Superflex. Okay. Pick one between Dobbs, Mostert, or Swift. I guess it's got to be between Mostert or Dobbs. I mean, Dobbs is the QB. I mean, it's start 8, so I mean, I guess you want the upside of the quarterback, right? I mean, Mostert's been awesome, but I guess give me Dobbs. Give me Dobbs. Give me the QB. Kevin said ETN, Moss, Barkley, pick 2, and Puka or Devonta Smith. So listen, we made the mistake last week with Puka. I'm not gonna do that. I don't think again, but they got the Ravens, I think it was, right? I mean, they do got Ravens, Devonta Smith. Oh man, Eagles, Cowboys. You gotta go with Devonta Smith, I think, with the matchup. Fuck, you're gonna make me not choose Puka again. But I think the matchup is too good. It could be too much of a shootout. I can't. Ravens at least have a better defense, and they do run, so maybe they slow the clock. Maybe that clock is a little bit slower. Give me Devonta, and then out of ETN, Moss, and Barkley. I mean, Moss didn't do much last week, but he did get like a ton of work. So he got 19 carries and he had 3 targets. Saquon, they've got Green Bay. I mean, shit. It's hard to not play Saquon. Or to not play ETN too, but ETN's going against Cleveland. I mean, I'm going Barkley for sure. I mean, Moss is going against Cincinnati. I mean, Cincinnati's allowed what 6 most rushing yards per game this season. I mean, 15th most fantasy points of fantasy running backs. I mean, shit. But ETN is ETN. So I think for sure it's Barkley. It should be ETN, but it's actually a conversation with Moss. Again, going against that Cleveland D. Probably still roll ETN, but you can make the argument for Moss. Give me Barkley and ETN and Devonta. My 8-man league, I'm playing Achane, Kyron, and Bijan in the flex. Okay. Have Pittman as wide receiver 1. Have to pick one from Nico, Waddle, Olave, Devonta Smith. Seems to get it wrong. Yeah, that's the thing is when you have a bunch of guys like that in an 8-man league, like you've got to try and just get some hammers. You've got to trade 3 for 1s, 4 for 1s, and just get hammers that you're just going to play every week. Like you're never going to pick the right guy every single week. That being said, I mean, Tank Dell is out. I mean, it's hard to not go with Nico. He's been fucking awesome. They are going against the Jets though, so that's a shit matchup. Um, so that's tough. And in this particular case where you've got all these guys, you kind of just have to go, I guess, with the matchup. I mean, Waddle's been okay, but I wouldn't go with Waddle here. So for me, if it's 8-man and I have to try and pick the right one, I'm gonna have to start nitpicking here. So Nico against the Jets, I'm not gonna play Nico. Waddle is not even in the conversation. Olave against the Panthers, good matchup. Derek Carr is back, but I might have to just go Devonta Smith based on matchup against the Cowboys in the dome where it could be some kind of shootout. I guess I'm just gonna roll with Devonta Smith on if I have to play it like that. I mean, that's tough to try to decide between those guys every week. So, yep, Stevie drops like 50 points on Monday. Yeah, bro. Mixon went off. I mean, then Chase really did a little bit, not much, but yeah, man. I traded away all my picks on top of that. I'm in the same boat for at least 24. I traded all my picks. So if Goddard plays, you're still playing Devonta. I mean, it's hard not to. I mean, Goddard's just coming back. I mean, I never liked Goddard or particularly trust Goddard. Let me look at Goddard real quick. I mean, he got more involved. He is pretty involved, but bro, if you want to go Olave, I guess you can make the argument for Olave, but if it's on the 8-man, I mean, I just got to roll with I guess the best offense, right? That's tough to decide from. Who would you go with there? DS, maybe help us out. Help Cameron out. I'm gonna roll with Devonta Smith. And you can absolutely make the argument for Olave for me, but who would you guys roll with here out of those guys? Nico Waddle, Olave, or Devonta? Let's see if we can get some more opinions on it. Fran, what's up, Fran? Pick one: Kincaid, T.J. Hutchinson, or Lockett. I'm gonna guess that's supposed to be Hawkinson. So it's either gonna be between Kincaid and Hawkinson. I think. I don't know if Lockett is. It's hard to trust Lockett, but I mean, Hawkinson's been like, isn't he tight end 1 right now? I mean, Chiefs defense is pretty good. Does that turn into some kind of shootout? I don't know, but I don't know how you can not play Hawkinson. I think you have to play. I mean, I know JJ's back. I know. Where is am I bugging? Hawkinson. So I mean, yeah, going against Vegas. No, there it is. Gotta go Hawkinson. I'm going Hawkinson. Marty says TJ not even close. Marty, come get Hawkinson. You still got a 25 first. Uh, I'll take Hawkinson. I don't know if I could give up the first though. Yes, I'd give up enough for this shipwreck team. That's how I feel, Marty. I've gave up enough that I'm just living with whatever I got right now. So how about McBride in the fourth, Diaz? There you go. Simp, what up, Simp? I need 2 running backs, 2 flexes. Okay. 2 running backs and 2 flexes we need. Gibbs, Bijan, Monty, Cook, Ridley, London, Kincaid. All right. Gibbs, Bijan, Monty, Cook, Ridley, London, Kincaid, 2 flex, and 2 running backs. So for the running backs, let's go running backs, let's go probably Gibbs, Bijan, and Monty. I know Cook is I mean, can make the argument for Cook. Can make the argument for Cook. For me, it's hard to not play Bijan. It's kinda hard to not play Gibbs with that upside, and then Monty, good chance he barrels in a tutty or 2. I mean, if they're up in that game, they're gonna be running the ball anyway, so Gibbs will get work also. Give me those 3. I mean, give me, well, I'm picking 2, my bad, I'm bugging. 2 running backs and 2 flexes. Fuck, man. Well, actually, you could make the argument to play all 3 of those guys and then add maybe Ridley on top of that. So those would be the 4. Ridley, Gibbs, Bijan, Monty. I mean, I don't know if we could trust London right now. Kincaid, yeah, they're going against a good D, but Kincaid's been pretty solid. I think he's pretty safe. Kincaid is pretty safe. Ridley might give you that little bit more upside, so I'll let you decide between Ridley or Kincaid, but Fields over Herbert? Um, Fields against the Lions. I mean, Herbert against the Broncos. I mean, that's tough. You can try and go Fields with the rushing. I have a hard time trusting Fields. I mean, last game against Detroit, which was just a few weeks ago, I mean, had the passing tutty, had 100 rushing yards, so you go with Fields as for the floor. You go with Fields for that. Going Olave. Olave makes sense. I could dig that, Diaz. Yeah, definitely. It definitely is safer, Cameron. Definitely is safer. I'm gonna start Nico. That seems safe for sure, man. You're feeling Texans or Green Bay D? Yeah, Texans against the Jets. That's fair. That's fair. And Green Bay, what the fuck is Green Bay at? Green Bay against the Giants. That's yeah, that's pretty fair as well. If I had to choose one, it'd probably be the Texans because the Jets' offense is just so fucking bad. Not that the Giants' offense isn't, but Gus Edwards or CEH. Oof. Fran, I mean, Gus Edwards has been pretty solid. I mean, Mitchell has came along, but Edwards is still going to be the goal line guy. I mean, RB 18 on the season. Last week, he did not score a touchdown, but 9 touchdowns to pass 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks before that. So I think I'm still going to roll with Gus Edwards. It's hard to just trust CEH or any of the Chiefs running backs. I mean, I've got to play McKinnon in the league, but I feel kind of safe as PPR. I mean, I just don't know what to expect at a CEH. I really don't. So give me Gus, who's going to have who knows anywhere from 8 to 15 carries probably, and hopefully he gets some down by the goal line. So we got to roll with Gus. That's true. That's true, Cameron. Giants have shown a little spark with DeVito over there. So yeah, Let's roll with what's killing that Jets offense. So look at some of these games. I mean, Cowboys Eagles, that's going to be a good game, right? Bills Chiefs, that's going to be a nice game. Seahawks Niners, I mean, that's really it as far as like exciting games. Steve, are you a Saturday night roster setter or Sunday morning or both? I am a Saturday night roster setter. Well, I'm both, to be honest. I'm a Saturday night roster setter because after this stream, as soon as I get off here, I'm going to go through all my teams. I'm going to set all my lineups. I am also going to do it again about 30 minutes before kickoff tomorrow. And usually, if you see us on the show Sunday mornings at about 12:30, I'm pretty much telling Hammer to talk and hold shit down while I'm going through all of my teams and double checking everything because injuries are there, right? Who's not playing, who is playing, and I just want to double check because when I'm playing in so many leagues, what was it? I think 15 altogether right now. So it's uh it's rough to not do it, and especially, like, doing all the content and everything, being on with you guys Saturday night, Sunday mornings, like, sometimes I be forgetting about my own teams. There's been at least 2 weeks this whole season where I fucked up and played the wrong player, um, because I didn't fucking double check my roster before Sunday. I mean, before the game started kicking off. And 1 week I had just missed it, bro. It was like 1:01 'cause on our time, the game started at 1 Eastern, and it was like 1:01, and I didn't get a chance to put fucking Gibbs in, and I think one of the weeks he went off, one of the first weeks, because we didn't know if he was gonna play or not, so, yeah. Over-unders are low this week, I think 3 or 4 games in the 30s. Yeah, I mean, there's not much there's not exciting games. I mean, Texans, Jets, like, Panthers, Saints, Bengals, Colts, Bucks, Falcons, like, Broncos, Chargers. I mean, I think I'm in 15 altogether, Marty. 15 or 16. It's like 8 dynasties, I think. 9 dy and, like, or 9 dynasties and 5, redrafts. It would be crazy to drop Connor to pick up Browns D. He has a tough schedule, not sure I would ever play him. Have Saints for next week. Steelers let me down. They get dropped next week. Well, yeah, why don't you just drop the extra defense for the Browns defense if you want then? I wouldn't drop Connor just in case you get I mean, you know how the running back position is, right? You get injuries all the time. So just in case you might have to start a running back. I mean, I might just want to hold Connor. But yeah, drop the defense and pick up the Browns defense if you want. That's what I do. Yep, same. I doubled my leagues this year. I'm in like 12. I've messed up a couple times just skimmaging through my lineup. Yeah. Yeah, so my pretty much it's been to a T nowadays that Saturday night I set it, and then Sunday morning I just run through them quick again and make sure that I don't need to change anything. Yeah, when you had 3 teams, you had the magnifying glass on them. Yep, yep, absolutely, absolutely. But it wasn't as fun, you know? When I played in not as many leagues, it's like, you try and paint out the best possible scenario for, uh for your players, and you're kinda, like, stuck on that. I realized once I started playing in more leagues that, I started to, not be so biased, towards certain things and kinda looking at everything in a whole, because nowadays I have all of these guys, so Pros and cons for me, if you're winning that one league you're in, it's all you think about. Yeah, yeah, and then listen, you win one league, it pretty much pays for all the other leagues, so, you know? But the problem is that the leagues that I play in are mostly like $100 or $50, so it starts adding up. So you gotta win at least one. When you got over 10 leagues, you'll be looking at playoffs for 5 plus teams, which is also yeah, exactly, exactly. I think I'm in 5 redrafts this year, and I wasn't planning on doing that much redrafts, but I think we had the wafers ones I wound up getting into, with Huss, so I wound up doing those ones. But typically I just do my home leagues and then I do one like Instagram one. I'm in one with some Instagram pages and I think I'm in third. I think I'm in third right now. I'm fighting for the bye. Yeah, I'm 9-4 fighting for a bye here. Hustler got me onto all his gimmick leagues. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. That is right. And then Dynasty, you can pretty much plan on like one new Dynasty almost like every season, at least one. Like we'll have another subscriber league next year. So that'll be an extra one. I'm actually gonna change the name of this league. Can I change it through here? I hate the there we go. Dynasty, there we go. Boom. How do I save this now? Boom. Did it work? Yep. All right. Change the league name real quick since this is the original, the first subscriber league. We are going with the OGs. It's Dynasty Life OGs. A force traded league and 32-man league are crazy. Yeah, bro. I was stupid enough to do the draft day dice league. When we went to Vegas, I wound up doing the dice league, and that was just ridiculous. So it's a super flex and it's IDP, and you have when it's when it's your pick, when you're up to pick, you have to roll the dice, and whatever position it lands on, that's the position that you had to pick. So my team was absolutely trash. I think Brevin Jordan can get a better run these last couple games. Yeah, I mean, listen, I like Brevin Jordan. Brevin Jordan was good coming out. I mean, he's an athletic dude. He just number one can't stay healthy. Now he's behind Schultz. So I mean, it is what it is. I mean, he's a tight end. It doesn't matter much. So yeah, as long as Schultz is out, I mean, I like Brevin Jordan. I mean, I want any part of that Houston offense, right? I mean, maybe not this week against the Jets, but I want any part of the Houston offense. So I mean, if Schultz is out, like, okay, give me Brevin Jordan, like that's fine. You know, Marty said I watched that shit. Yeah, it was fucking horrible. I kept getting defensive guys, and it just didn't work out. I mean, my QBs are fucking Stafford and Carr, but it was fun though. It was fun. You got to come out next year, Marty. All right. So we've got Monday night. So if you need a Monday night miracle, It's the Titans, Dolphins, and the Packers, Giants. So I guess Derrick Henry would most likely be the only running back that people would be playing. Maybe you got Will Levis if it's super flex. Maybe you got D Hop. I mean, Dolphins. Obviously, you've got Achane, Mostert, Waddle, Cheetah, Tua. All these guys are going to be. And then you got Packers, Giants too. Saquon, pretty much the only guy on that team. And then you've got the Packers. I mean, Jordan Love. Maybe you're playing one of the wide receivers, but so on the Monday Miracle, and then Sunday night's an awesome game, Cowboys Eagles. So I mean, that's big. We could have some big numbers in that game. So if you need a Sunday night or Monday night miracle, it could happen. There's going to be some because a lot of people got Cheetah, a lot of people got Achane, Mostert. I mean, so Marty says, Stevie, you killing it in wafers 3. Yeah, I'm killing it in that. My team is not even like that great. I don't know. I'm putting up points. I'm winning. I mean, wafers 3. I mean, that team is Tua, Kyron Williams, Alvin Kamara, Justin. I traded for Justin Jefferson actually in the middle of the season. Justin Jefferson, JSN, Kelsey, Javante, Jaden Reed, Mari Cooper, T. Higgins, Josh Downs. I mean, so I got some guys. It's just worked out with like injuries and everything. Like I've been able to just plug in all these different dudes. So, I mean, who am I playing this week? Am I playing Jaden Reed against the Giants, or am I going with Amari? Like, it's hard to not play Amari if you got Flacco slinging the ball around, right? I mean, Higgins can take a seat, so I'm not playing Higgins. But do we play Javante or do we play Josh Downs or Jaden Reed? Javante, Downs, or Reed? That's my dilemma. That's my dilemma in this one. Do I have the buy yet? I don't think I have the buy yet. No, I'm in third in this, so I need a win, and I need someone else to lose for me to get a buy. So I ain't killing it that much. I ain't in first or second. Job's not done. Job's not done. Wait for 7. I made a comeback though. I'm in the playoffs. I think now. No, I'm in 7th right now. Am I? No, I'm lying. I went all the way up to third with that win last week. So I think I'm in wafers number 7 too. So I'm in both of them. You got it. Birdman. What up, Birdman? What's goody, my brother? I'm on Javante. Yeah, I like Javante. He just hasn't had that game yet. We've been waiting and waiting all season for that game from Javante, and I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting. Let me pull up. Hammer made it. Hammer in the building.
Better late than never, but never late is better.
Wilson, Godwin, and Reed pick one, Birdman said.
That's a tough one. The Reed thing is really intriguing because Christian Watson's out. Garrett Wilson, we're expecting some shitty weather up here tomorrow in the Northeast. So Wilson doesn't look, and Zach Wilson back at it. So I don't know. It's between Godwin and Reed. I think I like some Jaden Reed here, bruh.
They have to be. I mean, Godwin hasn't really done much,
We know Jaden Reed is capable. I think all those factors play in. You got to go with you lean Jaden Reed.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I guess. I
I
don't love it.
guess
Like, I still wanna say Wilson, even though the weather's gonna be shitty just because it's like, I mean,
because you don't want
they
the
gotta
Packers
get
to win.
well, they gotta get him the ball. Garrett Wilson, I mean, he just gets so many targets. It's like,
Is that translating into anything?
I mean, like every other game. I mean, he had a good, nice little stretch. I mean, Godwin just
Productive
hasn't
enough.
been
It's
that good. I mean,
Mike Evans and Rashad White getting the burn.
he dudded it last week, but he also was a little bit banged up. So, yeah, they kept subbing him out last week. I mean, if you go back to the first game they played against Atlanta, which was week 7, I mean, he had 12 targets, he had 6 catches.
Dude, Chris Godwin hasn't done anything of note since week 8. 1 rushing touchdown last week.
I guess we got to roll with Reed. I was just looking into it, trying to find
Any reason not to pick Jaden
and
Reed?
no, just trying to find a reason to play Chris Godwin. But other than saying what he did again in week 7, which he didn't have a touchdown or anything. I mean, there's not nothing to kind of back it up. So I think you're right. I think we got to go and get Reed. I think we got to go with Reed.
With Christian Watson being out, I kind of feel like that's a no-brainer in this scenario.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go Reed. Marty said true. Javante playoffs, just saying good schedule. Jamal. Yeah, I love Javante. I just need that. I just need that
You need
game.
to
I
see
need
it.
that game to
Yeah.
come.
Birdman,
Yeah,
what's happening?
man. Uh Marty, Marty said a hammer tank this week.
Not
Uh
Marty, my team's not even that good, so you'll beat me, and that'll be all she wrote.
yeah. Shout out to Birdman. We're gonna have an awesome interview after the fantasy playoffs. So you guys
I
stay
love
tuned
it.
for that.
Love it.
Marty Hammer Tank. Oh yeah, Hammer Tank this week. Yep, you got nothing to win for.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's not
guy
in my
was saying we're
blood,
gonna
bro.
get him more involved. His wife spoke out. No way. I didn't see that.
We've seen shit like that before, though.
No, I'm saying, but I didn't see it. Like I didn't see it. Maybe I just wasn't on Insta long enough, but the last few days. But yeah, I didn't see that. Wilson was added last minute to your plan, thinking Godwin. I was trying to make the case for Godwin, but it's hard to do it, Birdman. It's hard, man. I'm trying to make the case for it, but I mean, could you say that Evans goes against the best corner and then Godwin gets free? Yeah, possibly, but
You could, but you sound like you're trying to convince yourself
yeah,
rather
I
than
mean,
just look at the facts. It's Jaden
I think
Reed
Reed's
here.
been pretty solid, and the fact that they're going against the Giants, and I think I even talked about it last week when we had like a Jordan Love question, is like if Green Bay is going to score, is it not most likely going to be a pass? Is it not going to be a pass from Jordan Love? Most likely,
And they used
like,
Jaden Reed on like end arounds, and they're creative with
mm-hmm.
him enough that he has multiple opportunities.
Yeah,
You know,
Diaz says it here. Reed's getting Debo usage, so yeah, I mean, let's go. We going Reed. Let's go Reed. Leo, what's up, Leo? Everett or Brevin Jordan at tight end?
see, the interesting thing is because of that Jets game, right? Texans at Jets, sloppy weather. Jets have a good defense on top of it. It's hard to trust anything Chargers. However,
You know, does it
this is
does that
close.
play does that play into Brevin Jordan's favor though? It is a good defense. It is bad weather. It's short passes, maybe. I mean, obviously it's CJ Stroud. It's a great offense. They're going against a good defense, but does that make it any more appealing
No,
than Everett?
it does. I'm just trying to see how I feel in terms of if all things were being equal, it would be Brevin Jordan, right? If it wasn't a terrible shitty weather game, and even if it was against the Jets, I would still feel comfortable with Brevin. But the shitty weather plus a good Jets defense, makes it that much more tougher when you got the Chargers not playing particularly well, but weather's not a factor. Playing against Denver, I- I'll lean Brevin Jordan, but it's extremely close in my estimation. Is this a 1 o'clock vehicle for the Jets? Yeah, it's a 1 o'clock vehicle. So that weather should pretty much be rolling through.
I mean, Brevin Jordan was what 3 of 5 last week, 64 yards. He had that one big play.
I mean, it's going to be a warm rain. I don't know if that matters much. Windy, a little bit of winds involved. I believe it's 10 to 20 miles an hour.
The Jets are tied with New Orleans for the most touchdowns allowed to tight ends this season. I don't know if that
Okay.
makes that any more interesting, but
Makes it interesting. I just think it's a weather situation combined with the fact that the Jets have a good defense. But yeah, I think it's hard to trust the Chargers right now. It really
I'm
is.
gonna take Brevin
Anybody, I know
Jordan just
nothing.
based on the fact that the Jets are a good defense and it's just bad weather. Just give me the bad weather short pass maybe. I mean, CJ Stroud is pretty smart. I don't know. Let's just roll with it.
I'm here for it.
Mitchell time, Tommy. Another
So funny,
Packer fan in the building.
Tommy, my guy. It's funny that Tommy mentioned that because I was really close to pulling Keaton Mitchell off my taxi squad in the subscriber league to take Marty down, but I don't think it's worth it to give up that roster spot at this point. So Keaton Mitchell, luckily for you, Marty, is going to stay on the
If
taxi
you ain't
squad
gonna
this
make,
week.
well, Marty didn't know Pacheco was out, so he's a little upset.
Yeah, Pacheco is out.
Birdman said, "Inside on Godwin, they will feed him." Like I
Okay,
could see it. I could see it in the case that Evans draws the number one corner and they just work. The game plan is to work Chris Godwin. Like I can see that. I mean, it hasn't
that's
really happened
fair.
all season, but it's yeah, man. Hopefully they do. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Is Reed
Yeah,
healthy? Yeah, Reed is officially
no
like
injury
off the
designation. Yep.
yeah, no injury designation, so he's off the injury report, so he's all good. This is critical. This is critical. This is that one for the Super Bowl tickets, I think I remember, right, Birdman?
Yep.
So yeah,
Yep.
I mean, it is. It is.
I like
You
Reed's
feel like
upside with no Watson,
I feel
bro. I
like
really
Reed is
do.
pretty safe too. I mean, Godwin, as you can say, is pretty safe too. I mean, even though he hasn't had like a great season, he's getting targets, he's getting catches. I mean, nothing crazy at all, but he's giving you like a decent shit floor. Um,
I will say
but to
this: it
be
was
fair, I mean,
concerning.
Jaden Reed is wide receiver 36 and Chris Godwin's wide receiver 39.
It was a little concerning though for Jaden Reed, where his snap percentage dipped below 50% against Kansas City. So that
Well,
that was
Kansas
a
City does
little.
have a good defense, and Watson was playing, right?
Yeah,
So,
and
I
he
mean,
had the big game.
and
He had the two
he's been
touchdowns.
injured the last few. He had the chest injury,
Yeah.
so don't forget about that either. So, yeah, I think I'm just rolling with Reed. I think I feel pretty safe with Reed.
I think the fact that there's no injury designation already before the Sunday games being kicked off is a big positive for Jaden Reed. You know, if he was questionable up to the game, I would be a little more concerned. But
That's
the
true.
fact that he's already off the injury report before the Sunday slate is a big sign for me.
That's good news. Keaton's about to go off, DS said. DS likes some Keaton this week.
Against the Rams, that's a good. I like that.
Mhm. Playoff bound Packers. Damn, that sounds good.
Tommy, you know what it is, Tommy.
Birdman said he's worried about Reed's health. I mean, luckily he's off the injury designation, so it's definitely a good sign. But
And with no
I
Watson,
can
they're going to
feel it.
need Reed to be good. Reed and Dubes are going to have to be really good.
And white game for the Bucks. I can see that. Being I've already played Steelers, should I go ahead and drop Saints and pick up Cleveland for week 15 and 17 when I drop Steelers next week and try to get Washington off waivers? Yeah, that's fine. Could do that.
It's a lot of moving parts.
Yeah, I mean, just looking for the best matchups. That's fine. If you want to just play the best matchups, then there's nothing wrong with that. I'm okay with that.
I took some advice and picked up that Houston defense in my home redraft.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Trying to get defense against Jets wherever I can. Yeah. Yeah.
At this point, that's the route you want to go.
Mitchell or Bijan?
Is that Keaton Mitchell?
I'm guessing so. It's gotta be Bijan though, right?
I'm leaning that route. I can understand the question, to be honest with you, but
It's
I'm still
gotta
gonna
be.
go Bijan.
Yeah, I'm still gonna go Bijan. You got the 27 from Zeke. Zeke, fuck yeah, Birdman. Hell yeah.
Hell of a call. Hell of a
That is
call.
a hell of a call. Hell yeah. I had
I
Zeke on
picked some
my
stones.
bench in one of my leagues. I was pretty tight. I actually bro, I forgot who was playing. Like I got off of work late and everything, and then by the
All
time
right.
I sat down, the game has started. I was like, "Oh
Because
shit."
it's a nothing game. It wasn't even like, and it was actually a better game. Like, I know the
Actually
Patriots went up
was.
early and then the Steelers, made a little bit of a rally, but it was actually a better game than it was originally advertised.
Did you notice they didn't award the block punt points? No, I didn't notice that actually. I'm
For
sure they'll
was that
fix
for
it if
Pittsburgh?
that's the case. I mean, sometimes it's right. I
Yeah, but we're
mean,
already at Saturday. They should have been did that.
guess. I'm thinking Godwin might have a good game. Entire coaching staff said they need to get him the ball, so they might just feed him. Yeah, yeah. It's a
Certainly
possibility,
possible.
but it's week 14, right? So I mean, it's shit is
There's
on
enough
the
sample
line.
size. Yeah.
I mean, is it? Can we always trust what the coaches said? I mean, Ron Rivera once said he was going to use Antonio Gibson like CMC.
To be
So it's
fair,
hard to believe
we're talking
everything
about
you
Ron
hear.
Rivera, to be fair. Can't really look too much into what he says these days.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Devonta Smith or Nico Collins? Nico against the Jets or Devonta against the Cowboys? I've already said, oh shit, that I do like Devonta this week. I mean, it's a good matchup. It could be a high scoring game, or you got to play Nico against the Jets. So
It's crazy because you can make the argument on both sides, right? Because don't no
sure.
Tank Dell, right? So you think Nico's going to be at least targeted pretty heavily, but shitty weather,
Hmm.
good Jets defense, like we talked about with Brevin Jordan
In the weather, you're right.
and the weather. Yep. So I'm actually going to lean. I'm going to go Devonta Smith here, just because I do think, like you said, that could be a fairly high scoring game in Jerry World. So weather's not going to be a factor. They should be able to get up and down the field pretty good. Give me Devonta Smith here.
Mm. Jack, what's up, Jack? Start two running backs, two wide receivers, and a flex. Achan, Bijan, Jacobs, Devonta, Waddle, DJ Moore, Pittman. Thanks, guys. Two wide receivers, a flex, two running backs. So I guess we'll start at running back, Hammer. Who are we playing at running back? We got to pick two: Achan, Bijan, or Jacobs.
So we're sitting one of these guys.
Yes.
That's a tough one. I don't know if I have the stones to sit Josh Jacobs. HM proved me wrong, but kind of proved me right in terms of the game script for Miami. It was a blowout. So HN came in and did exactly what we thought he would do against a really bad defense as they were blowing out the Commanders. So I could see a fairly similar script happening against Tennessee on Monday night. It's tough. It really is. You might have, I think HN is a play here. These are three good options.
Mm.
Bijan's weird, but he's still Bijan, and you got to imagine if he gets 20 plus attempts. This is a tough one, no doubt about it. Give me Bijan. Give me Bijan and Jacobs just because I know I'm gonna get the carries regardless. Achan's awesome. I agree.
No,
He has
I'm
the
gonna
way
go
higher
Achan.
upside. He has the way higher upside. I agree. I know I'm gonna get 20 plus touches for Bijan and Jacobs combined.
Yeah, that's true. No, for sure. We could definitely play that side. I'm gonna go with HN and Bijan for the fact that my Vikings are playing the Raiders, and we're fucking hungry. And this
Oh, here we
defense,
go. Here we
Harrison
go.
Smith is about to do some damage.
Is he?
So give me
Tell me
HN and
more.
Bijan as well. All right, we need two wide receivers now. Who are we going at wide receivers now? Devonta, Waddle, DJ Moore, Pittman.
I'm definitely taking Devonta here, as we talked about. Pittman, is interesting. He had a really good game last week,
That
right?
is all,
DJ
yeah.
Moore playing against Detroit at home. Oh, Colts against the Bengals. And then you got Waddle taking on Tennessee Monday night. So yeah, I'm definitely taking Devonta Smith, and I think I'm gonna take Michael Pittman here. This is a tough one though, because you can make the argument for all of these guys, but I'll go Pittman because I
We do
think
have a flex now. We do have a flex. So in the flex, you can put whoever you want. You can
and
put Jacobs or you
whoever's
could put the wide receivers, yeah.
well, I took Jacobs as my RB.
Yeah, or you could use Achane, whatever. So for me, like I'll go Achane, Bijan, and then I'll go with 3 wide receivers in Devonta Smith, DJ Moore, and Pittman.
Yeah, I'll take Bijan, Jacobs, Devonta Smith, Michael Pittman. Give me some Jalen Waddle here
Ooh, okay.
as
Going
my
Waddle on
flex.
him.
Waddle as my flex
Going Waddle on
in Miami.
him.
I like his
Birdman
chances of
said
doing some damage in Miami.
this is confirming it's Godwin your ship. There you go.
Mhm.
Roll with Godwin then. Let's roll with
Okay.
Godwin. Def Bijan Mustardson. Yes, sir. Ron Rivera earlier this year said, and I quote, "Why didn't anyone tell me about this Howell guy?" Yes.
Even though he's only been there. That is your quarterback.
Oh shit. Birdman said he set his lineup. He's ready. He's ready.
Go with
Are
your
you guys
gut.
trusting the Rams wide receivers this week with the weather?
In Baltimore, that's tough. Against a good Baltimore defense to boot as well, similar to the Jet situation we talked about. It's
10
going
to
to be hard,
15
but
mile per hour winds.
what are
Plus
the other
around 20.
options? You know, I think it's a situational play depending on the other options. We talk about
That's
that
true.
very often, So if you decide in between Puka and Cooper Cup over, you know, somebody that's probably not as great, Noah Brown. That's actually a good, not because they're playing in shit weather as well. So not a great comp.
Mm. Oh
All right. So
man.
would you play Puka or Waddle? Puka, Cooper Cup, or Waddle?
I'll probably play Puka at this point. I mean, I like Waddle. I like Waddle. It's just he hasn't been
What you
awesome. He hasn't
what you
been
quite
like what we
expected?
want, what we expect right now. I mean, Cooper Cup's been, I don't know, just old, I
Not
guess.
good.
And,
Not good.
and Puka's been the guy. So I'd go with Puka.
I ain't mad at it.
Hmm.
I'd go Waddle, but just because I like the matchup and they're playing in South Florida in December, which is nice.
Yeah, for sure. Tommy, 700 mil to Otani is crazy. Yeah,
It's
well, that's what
bananas.
happens when you got no damn salary cap. So
But Tommy, also really quick, my brother-in-law is a huge Dodger fan, so when that dropped, he actually fucking called me up and was losing his mind. But the interesting thing, if you look into it, so a lot of that money is deferred into the later years. So it's not, it's not 70 million every single year for the next 10 years. A lot of that money is deferred, so it doesn't look as bad. I don't know what the exact details of it are, but yeah,
and I can play Reed over Puka in my coaches league. Reed over Puka, mm, you
that's a
could,
little.
you could.
I
It's a little
think I'm
spicy,
taking
but
Reed, dude.
you could with the weather. It's like if you factor in the weather part of it.
And the Ravens can get after the quarterback. Matthew Stafford, not a mobile guy.
This is true too. This is true too. I can feel that. I can feel that. So Cup versus Reed.
It's another one. I think I'm
Damn.
leaning Jaden Reed, man.
Yes, that's tough. I feel like Reed is gonna be pretty safe. Like, he's gonna be a safe play. Like, obviously, he doesn't have the ceiling of a Cooper Cup, right? But with the weather, is that somewhat limited? I mean, I would say like we'll take a look at it in the morning. Let's see what the weather's like in the morning too. Maybe if anything changes or not. But I feel like Reed is going to be just a safer play. You know,
Oh,
I feel like
for
he's a
sure.
safer play.
And by Monday night, that weather's not going to be a factor because they are playing in MetLife, so the weather shouldn't be as much of a factor.
Diaz said, "Hammer, you all right? You seem down." I say this because I care.
Diaz, don't start your shit.
Maybe it's his fantasy teams. I don't know.
No, it's not that bad. It's bad, but not that bad. Could be worse, I guess.
Birdman says, "Big fan of Reed." Yeah, I liked Reed. I liked Reed coming out. I liked where he went. I like he fits there.
For sure.
He fits there for sure. I was saying before, like you hopped on, like there's not a lot of like great games this week. Like Eagles
No,
Cowboys is
there's
a good
not.
game. Bills Chiefs, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like I think other than that, there's nothing like really
That
that
stands
good.
out.
I
Jaguars,
mean,
Browns.
Seahawks Niners, I guess. Jaguars Brown. I guess the Brown. It's interesting because Flacco. I mean,
If you look at it from a record standpoint,
yeah.
Diaz
Oh,
starting
here's
with
Diaz
his madness.
with his crazy leagues. So you got half a running back, wide receiver, passes you get 0.1. Okay, tight end 1.75. All right, Swift, Lockett, or D Hop. Start one. Swift, Lockett, or D Hop.
I think he comes down. I'm not playing Lockett. Comes down to Swift or D Hop. D Hop had a good game. I think DeAndre Swift will be pretty involved in that big Cowboys game tomorrow night. I'm gonna go DeAndre Swift here, but I
I
can
was gonna
understand the
say,
argument for D Hop. But I'll go Swift here.
I think I like Swift too. I think I like Swift too. Give me Swift.
You're a Swifty now, no pun intended.
Absolutely. Birdman says he knows his stuff, does his research. It's always smart to reach out to the pros of fantasy football, which you guys are. Appreciate you, Birdman. So whenever I get a chance to do the triple check, I do. Yeah,
Birdman, the only pro around here is you, bro.
that's true. What you guys think about Moore? Which Moore? DJ
DJ,
Moore?
Rondell Moore,
DJ?
definitely not Sky Moore.
Sky.
Definitely not Sky Moore. We're not doing that.
Uh, I mean,
Yeah,
if we're talking about DJ
DJ
Moore, I mean, we have a case of Mountain Dew on DJ Moore
Elijah. Cameron
being a
said that's
top
a good
20
one.
guy. Elijah Moore, I like. I like Elijah Moore. Elijah Moore, I am a fan of. He's he's one of those. I liked him this season. Obviously, it hasn't worked out because Deshaun Watson's been injured and it's just all fucked right now. But yeah, I mean, what happens with Amari eventually, right? He's getting older. I mean, so Elijah Moore is a good guy to kind of stash and hold right now where he could have an increase in value and give you some positive return or use him to tier up. And when we talk about that all the time, we talked about on the stash video, right? What are we looking for? I mean, we're looking for anybody that can gain some value between the
Mm-hmm.
offseason and into next season. So that we can either trade for picks, or maybe we can add them into trade to get kind of what we really want. So
I'm not as high on him. I thought he had some good late round value if you're taking him in your startup drafts. Like I really did think he had good value. It's one of those kind of like bottom third of the draft kind of guys that, hey, listen, if you take a flyer on him late in the draft and he turns out to be, a wide receiver 3, then fantastic. I found somebody that I could either trade or I could plug into my lineup on a per week basis. So he's been a big disappointment from that standpoint because we did see some upside, with Deshaun Watson, with Amari Cooper, obviously Nick Chubb. that whole situation hasn't worked out. So I'm not as high on him, but I understood why people took him because he does have talent. And we looked at the situation and said, hey, with that offense, what it could be, I think we looked into that. So
True. But yeah, I've been a fan of Elijah. I got him in a ton of leagues. Not true, bro. That's you guys. No, you're the pro. You're the pro, Bird, man. Thielen,
that's
Lockett,
it.
Cooper. Pick two. Thielen, Lockett, Cooper.
Is Amari Cooper playing? He was cleared and
Listen,
in
with
line to
Flacco
play.
back there, man, I'm going with my boy Coop.
With Flacco slinging
I
it.
don't know why. I love Flacco, bro. I hated him when he was like actually on the Ravens,
The
but that
guy.
motherfucker is old now and he knows what to do. He just slings that bitch.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in line with that as well.
Give me
I
Coop
will take
Thielen.
Amari Cooper. I'll take Cooper and Thielen as well in this scenario.
Coop Thielen, baby.
Yeah, I'm in agreement.
Coop Thielen, baby. Cooper clearing made me pass on him this week. Yeah, man. Cooper Thielen Myers. Pick one. Cooper Thielen Myers. Oop.
Yeah, I'll go Amari Cooper as well, just because Flacco did sling it, much to my
I
surprise. Now he
fucking
didn't
told you. I
he
told
didn't outs
everybody, bro. Flacco is
he
about to sling that shit.
he didn't outsling Matthew Stafford, but he did sling it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Myers is it's tough to go with Myers now. I mean, it's tough to go with Thielen. He hasn't been doing jack. Does he finally like get his shit together? I mean, maybe, but I know that Flacco's going to be slinging that ball around.
Okay.
Alec, what up, Alec? Hey, fellas, I'm in a very tough rub situation. That's all right. I got a few tough rub situations too. Pick two to start. Kenneth
That's
Walker,
funny.
Ford, Gus Bus, Keaton, or Singletary. So we got to pick two. He's in a tough situation, boys. Let's help him out. Let's help out Alec here. Kenneth Walker, Ford, Gus Bus, Keaton, or Singletary. It's not going to be Singletary. I'll tell you that right now.
Yep. Ford?
Who's Cleveland playing again? They're playing the
Jacksonville.
Jags. Is Walker even playing this week? Is he
Not sure.
back? Like I
Let
haven't
me look
even
it up.
seen. I don't have any Kenny Walker, so he's questionable. All right, he did have a full practice, so looks like he is possibly going to play. Charbonnet followed the same practice routine this week. Okay, they both kind of were a little bit limited, so and they're
Walker
going
had a
against
full
San
practice
Fran.
on Friday.
They did. They did. They are going against San Fran. We talked about Gus Bus and Keaton kind of all show. We know Keaton could get some big ones. We know Gus Bus is the goal line guy. Ford's been pretty solid getting the work, and
I think Ford is the one I feel good about to lock in.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
Jacksonville. I mean, he's had 9 carries both the past 2 weeks. He had 7 targets one of those weeks, 3 targets last week. Had the catching, had the receiving tutty last week.
are you going Gus Bus? I think that's where you're leaning.
No, I think I'm going. Shit, I can't believe I'm gonna say this. I'm about to go Kenny Walker.
Ooh.
I mean, if you want to go for like Keaton is obviously going to give you the highest upside, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's going to give you the highest amount of upside. And then at that point, it's kind of between like who's going to get the most carries. Like Gus has been awesome if he scores a tutty. If he doesn't score a tutty, like that's rough. I don't want to play both Gus and Keaton, right?
No, I don't like that either.
I mean, so then it's kind of between like Ford or Walker, who's going to get more work. So I think for me, it's between Keaton, and then it's either uh, Kenny Walker or Jerome Ford.
I'll go Ford and Keaton. I'm a little
I
nervous with
might,
Kenny Walker,
I
to be
might
honest with
lean
you.
that way too. Flacco Wago. Cameron said he likes Ford and Keaton if you're going for upside. Yeah, we'll definitely agree with that. I think I'm leaning that way, but Kenny Walker is close behind it. I know they're going against the Niners, but let's roll with that. Let's roll with Ford and Keaton. Should I start Evan Ingram or Njoku?
Joku's very, very with Flacco. Didn't have a good game, right? Was on the field for 83% of the snaps, only 6 targets, 2 grabs, not much. I think Evan Ingram had a solid game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he had his first tutty last game. Big play.
No, is Trevor? I know Trevor Lawrence is
He is good.
like,
It looks like he is leaning towards playing.
yeah. I'm gonna lean
Staying
Evan
injured.
Ingram here. I'm gonna lean Evan Ingram here.
They are going
That
against Cleveland, so
that's
they're going
fine.
against each other.
That's fine. I'm gonna go Evan Ingram here.
I'll go with Ingram as well. I mean, he's getting targets. I mean, let's go Ingram. Alex, thanks guys. Dropped us up. Appreciate you, Alec. Appreciate you. Come through anytime.
Hell
Tuesdays,
yeah, bro.
Fridays, and Saturday nights. We're here 10 Eastern, brother. Appreciate you.
Yeah, buddy.
Feeling on the grill. He's cooked now. I know.
He
My
had he
boy.
had his moment. He had his moment. He was
Boy.
killing it for a nice little stretch there.
Nicholas, what's up, Nicholas? Monty, Brees, or Rashi Rice in the flex. Full PPR.
I'm taking Brees out of it at this point, so it's between Monty and Rasheed Rice. I like Monty's stability going against that not good Bears offense. Give me David Montgomery. Rasheed Rice really close though.
Yeah, Rice has been it's been on fire lately. Last 2 games,
Two.
I think. Yeah, 10 targets, 9 targets. So it's nice to see at least 2 games in a row. He's playing almost 70% of the snaps and getting some good targets. So is that going to continue
Against Buffalo.
against Buffalo? Or do we just roll with Monty most likely scoring a tutty like he has the past 4? It's only 1 game he didn't score a tutty in, and that was the game he
That's
actually got hurt in.
yep. Yep. And they're playing the Bears.
Right? He didn't score in week 3, he didn't play, he was hurt that week, week 7 and week 8. It was week 6 where I think he got injured during the game because he only played 26% of the snaps that week. That's the only week he hasn't scored a tutty since Chicago defense is not that good, so I think you can feel really safe with Monty,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, Rasheed Rice is probably gonna give you similar to that, so give me Monty. Give me Monty.
Yep.
Because there is a chance that he yams like 3 to 4 tutties in there.
At least one.
Yeah. Lakers getting that first in-season ship.
Yep. I
My
was
boy
watching a bunch of
LeBron.
that. I caught a bunch of that. Anthony Davis has 41 points. That's wild.
Yeah, Walker Ford might be safer. Yeah, for sure. Do you want to go with safe or you want to just go for the upside? I mean, I don't know how frisky you want to get, but
I like that. I like the way you put that.
yeah.
How
DS says
frisky.
if it's DTR, go Joku. If not, go Ingram. I like that, DS. That's a good idea too. Because DTR is going to be very short with Joku. That's true. If they do DTR, I think that kind of does make you go make you wanna go, Joku if DTR is the quarterback, but I don't think that's the case. I think it looks like they're gonna start Flacco, but we'll find out, I guess.
Flacco
I
played well.
find out, I guess, early. Last consideration is I could get McKinnon off the waiver, but I don't know how we feel about that.
I think the guys you have are better options than McKinnon, to be
I
honest
think
with you.
I don't think he's makes much of a difference. They're relatively close together, so, yeah, I'm not I don't think I'd play McKinnon over them. I do like him this week, but I don't know if I can play him, over them, man. Birdman says Bears defense is better now. Yeah, we know what that all the Lions need to do is get down to that goal line area, and it's pretty much
But the thing
all
is,
Monty.
I trust that Lions offensive line to get the job done against that Bears front. That's kind of what I was looking at in that situation. So I like the matchup for Monty, from that standpoint. But Birdman is onto a little something. They only gave up 10 against the Vikings, right? And they had that huge lead against the Lions that the Lions had to come back. Only gave up
Mhm.
13 to the Panthers. That's not, I don't really consider that anything, but they have been a little bit better, not great, but definitely better than early in the season for sure when they were giving up like 40, 30, 30.
Mhm. So true. Yeah, man, it says even here, yeah, Chicago's, I mean, allowed the 3rd fewest rushing yards per game to that position this season. But we know that, like, the rushing yards isn't necessarily Monty's
An
whole thing. Like, he's
indication,
he's
yeah.
scoring tutties once they get down there. So if that offense gets down there, and if it's a positive game script, which, I mean, I think it'll be a positive game script, but you never know, obviously. Birdman said against the pass, though, yeah. Yeah, they did trade for Sweat. That's right. That's right. Right, Birdman. You're right. You are right.
So Birdman, really quick to your point in terms of what you're saying about the Bears. I actually looked at the line. It's only a 3-point spread for the Lions. Now I know it's on the road, so that's really a 6 point. Um, that's really a 6 point swing. But for it to only be 3 points on the road for a Detroit team that's clearly better than the Bears, that does concern me. I thought it would be like 4.5, 5.5, somewhere around there. So Birdman might be onto something.
Mhm. Johnny Claps. What up, Johnny? Update on T-Law. He's supposed to play. Yep. Yes, he is. We were just kind of speaking about that. Would you start Minshew, T-Law, or Stafford this week?
I'm going Minshew. And there's a couple of reasons. Obviously, T Law coming off the injury where I didn't think he was going to play this week, and it looked pretty bad in the game. So for him to even get out on the field against the Cleveland Browns defensive line, that I don't know how well that works. He's going to have some mobility limitations with the ankle. And then Stafford playing in shit weather against the Baltimore Ravens. I don't like that scenario. Gardner Minshew's been playing pretty well. So give me Gardner Minshew here in a not as tough matchup against the Cincinnati Bengals, who gave up 31 to the Jags. And even CJ Beathard came in and made some plays on them. So give me Gardner Minshew here.
Yeah, I might have to roll that way as well. I mean, not a great matchup with T-Law, and he's injured, like you said. Stafford's been fucking on fire, but is that going to continue against the Ravens
In a bad weather game.
in a bad weather game? That's true. So add that
And
in there.
Stafford's not
So
mobile. Stafford's not mobile.
no,
So that's also another thing to take a peek at.
yeah, I think I like Minshew there too, Johnny. Cameron said, who would you drop for Reed? I have Kyler Murray, Gus, Keaton, Lockett, Noah Brown, and Goddard on my bench.
I wouldn't mind dropping Lockett. I'm keeping Kyler Murray. I mean, if it's a one quarterback, then you don't, depending on who your second quarterback is. Then if you don't need Kyler Murray, then get rid of Kyler Murray, right? If you got Patrick Mahomes, get rid of Kyler Murray, which I don't know because Patrick Mahomes hasn't played as well. If you get Josh Allen or something like that. So depending on who your other quarterback is, if Kyler Murray's on your bench, you probably don't need an extra quarterback. I don't know if it's a super flex or what, but
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could Could keep Murray if you want. I think really it just comes down to like, okay, who do you just decide. I mean, you're obviously not playing all these guys every week. So who is the guy that you're going to play? Is it going to be Reed? Is it going to be Lockett? Or is it going to be Noah Brown? I
Mhm.
mean, who do you like better out of those guys? And you just have to choose one. I mean, because you're only going to play what one of those guys most likely, right? I mean, so the other
Yep.
two guys are going to be sitting on the bench. So choose, go with whichever guy you think that you are going to be playing the next few
I think
weeks.
I think I'm hanging on to Noah Brown because I do think Noah Brown could be valuable. So I think I'm holding on to
Hmm.
him regardless. I'm holding on to Keaton, the 2 running backs, Keaton and Gus. I'm hanging on to those guys. So it's between Goddard and Lockett, and I'd drop Lockett
Yeah.
if it that's kind of like process of elimination for me based on that situation. So if you don't need Kyler Murray, I drop Kyler Murray if it's a 1 quarterback league, but I can understand you always want to have, a security blanket at quarterback. So I'd go with Tyler Lockett there.
He said he has Stroud, so
Mm, I mean, I understand holding on to Kyler Murray just in case.
yeah, I just let go of whichever receiver I'm not gonna play at this point. I mean, if there's not great quarterbacks out there on the waivers, just in case you get an injury, like obviously it would be
Mhm.
nice to have a Kyler Murray, but one of these guys you're not gonna be playing, so I would just switch him out for whichever one you're not gonna play.
Yep.
You could make the argument for Godert too. If you're not gonna play Godert, I mean, drop his ass.
Very true.
So
Very, very true.
you could roll with that too. Drop Godert and leave it at that. So he's got Stroud, so yeah. Diaz says half PPR. Cooper, Sutton, Rice, Javante need two.
I like the way Rasheed Rice has been playing, man. I really do.
It's been good. They got the Bills this week, so could be shootout, could be low scoring. Who knows? I would guess it'll be a pretty good scoring game. Chiefs defense has been pretty good, but Javante plays
Chargers at the Chargers.
the Chargers. That's right. At the Chargers. Not a great defense.
Nope.
Or Sutton.
So all Sutton does is catch touchdowns
Against the Chargers.
against the Chargers. I'm gonna go Sutton and Rice here, but I can hear some Javante talk. But give me Sutton and Rice.
I think Sutton is
He's got a
pretty
safe floor.
safe almost. Like he's got a safe floor.
His efficiency hasn't been great, but he's catching the goddamn touchdowns. Like there's games where he's only catching
Might
2
be
or 3
yeah, it might be
passes.
Sutton and Rice. You might be right. You could make the argument for Coop possibly, but it might be Sutton and Rice.
That's where I'm going.
Pollard or Jacobs, and flex play on one of them or Nico Collins. He's got CMC, Pittman, and Keenan Allen starting. All right.
Okay. I could see Pollard doing some damage.
Mhm.
I think I'm going to go Tony Pollard here in a big game on the big stage in Jerry World. Pollard has some good upside here. I'm going to go Tony Pollard here.
I think I like
And then
Pollard as well.
for the flex play, I'd actually go Jacobs. I think it's going to be a tough sledding for that Texans offense.
It is true. It's gonna be a tough game for Nico. I think I might go Pollard and Jacobs too. I think I'm gonna go Pollard and Jacobs. It's close and it's hard not to play Nico, but weather
The
and bad
situation is
defense
tough, right?
both combined together.
Yep. If it was just weather or bad defense, it'd probably be Nico, but the combination, like you said, just makes it tough.
Mhm. Song, what up, Song? What's goody, Song? Cameron said he's got Hawkinson. Okay, so
Oh,
you
so you
you
don't really
you're doing right. AJ Dillon or Noah Brown. I heard it's going to be a wet one in New York.
AJ Dillon's actually dealing with an injury as well, so
Mm-hmm.
keep your eye on that. He's actually doesn't have a designation. He's actually clear after being a full participant, but it also looks like Aaron Jones might be playing as well. His status is a little more murky than AJ Dillon's. The Noah Brown thing, we just talked about it with Nico Collins, you know. I do think Noah Brown has at least a way higher ceiling in this scenario. I'd take the chance on Noah Brown. I'm not messing with
Mm,
AJ Dillon if this is the scenario.
I might be. I might be messing with AJ Dillon here, right? I mean, with the weather and the defense for the Jets, it's obviously going to be hard to trust Noah Brown. And the
I
reason
hear
why
it.
I'm going to trust AJ Dillon is because if Aaron Jones is questionable and he's not 100%, they ain't giving Aaron Jones a ton of the work. We've seen that all season long when he hasn't been 100%, that
I just
they're not giving him the rock. Not that AJ Dillon has fucking done anything with it.
but
I
he's
mean,
getting
he's
work.
not,
He's getting
but he's
some work
getting a
though.
little bit of work. He's giving you at least a decent floor. They're going against the
He
Giants, so
is. He is.
I'll take AJ Dillon and hope that he barrels one in from the goal line.
I hear it.
But
I'm not in love with that though.
I mean, listen, I'm not in love with it either, but he's gonna give you at least like a 10 points. I mean,
Approach it that, yeah.
he's gonna give you a solid points where Noah Brown could literally give you a fucking donut.
He could
And
in this
we can't be
scenario.
fucking
Yeah.
around in week 14 here.
I got you. I got you.
Birdman said he dropped Reed and picked up the Chiefs' backs. Do I drop one and get him back because Pacheco might go on IR? I mean, it'd be interesting to hold McKinnon, I guess. I don't know if we trust CEH, right? But do you need Reed? Like, is he just a bench piece? Are you actually going to be playing him?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the bigger question, right?
I would agree.
Because I'm fine holding the running backs if I'm not ever going to play Reed. Like, if my wide receivers are good enough, you know.
Yeah, because the running backs could come into play.
Right. Isaac, what up, Isaac? Hammer, nice hat. We got the Soto boys.
Yeah, Soto was an interesting pickup for the Yankees. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully they get the Japanese pitcher Yamamoto, and they can really start making some moves. So yeah, I mean, got a little overshined obviously with the Otani deal to the Dodgers, but I don't think the Yankees are done. I think they're gonna go for the gusto here. So we'll see what happens.
Isaac said he lost JT, Pacheco, and Watson.
Oof.
Damn. Picked up CEH and playing Goddard in the flex or go with Noah.
I think I like
Yeah.
Goddard in the flex. That's a safe.
Yeah.
That's a solid play.
Yeah. I think I'll do that. Yeah. Dylan Poo. I know. We've been saying it all season. Like he just hasn't done
We just expected,
jack,
and
but
with Aaron Jones being virtually healthy for one game this season, Aaron Jones, this was his time to actually do something, make an impact, and
Mhm.
he just hasn't. So now we know what he is. More importantly, we know what he's not.
Birdman said, I'm sorry, it's not doing what I expected. Oh, we're with you. I think we're all in that same boat. We all feel that way.
But the Noah
We all
Brown
feel
thing,
that way.
right? Like you said, Noah Brown could go out there and give you a donut given the circumstances.
Correct. Correct. Isaac said Wicks might be a pickup versus the Giants. Yeah, we talked about that on
We did.
Tuesday's show. How
Yep.
with Watson out, Wicks has been pretty decent.
Yep. Even with Watson in, Wicks has been playing pretty well. So he basically could be that, that 2B receiver, after
Hmm.
Reed and Dubes.
Johnny Clapp said, looking to hold two defenses for the rest of the season. I was thinking Green Bay and Falcons. Do you like that play, or would you pick a different defense? Thanks, guys. Well, I definitely think it depends who's out there, and we're not going to
Hmm.
know who's out there. So let us know if there's any other decent defenses out there for you. But let's look at some of
I know we
these.
talked about Houston defense a couple of shows ago because they have the Jets coming up. Then they have the Titans, the Browns,
Hold
the
on, say that
Titans
again. Who
again.
they got?
The Houston defense. We talked about that. And so
Oh yeah,
Houston
yeah.
has the Jets this week. They have the Titans twice, and the Browns. So 3 out of 4, you
Like,
kinda like that? Like,
yeah,
that's
for
a
sure.
nice
Let's check the Green Bay and so the Falcons got Tampa, Carolina, Indy, and Chicago,
mixed bag.
and they've been pretty good. And then the Packers, I think we've talked about their
Packers have a
cupcake
good
schedule.
schedule. They
The
have
Giants, Tampa, Carolina, and then Minnesota. So yeah, I mean,
Oh, that's funny.
you could roll with either of these. I mean, they're both like 20th-ish
I like
ranked
Houston.
defenses. So
I like the
no,
Houston schedule
I like Houston as
overall.
well if they're out there.
Right.
Um, they're out there. I mean, I have the Saints on one of mine. I mean, Carolina, Giants, Rams, Tampa. I mean, that's a good one too.
Yep.
Um,
I think any of those NFC South, AFC South defenses should be AFC North is a little interesting,
mhm.
but,
I mean, Steelers or Indy, Cincy, and Seattle.
mm,
I was just looking at some of the other ones.
yeah, if you're going purely schedule based, I do think Houston, Green Bay is very interesting, Falcons as well, as we talked about. So I think
Mhm.
if you can get one of those 3, then I think you should feel pretty comfortable.
Wicks rated higher. Yeah, like we like Wicks for sure.
We talked about Wicks, man. He's
Isaac
he's
said the
been
Colts
impressive.
defense. What's the Colts?
I think you just touched on the Colts. I'll tell you,
Who the
they got the
Colts got?
Bengals
Cincy, Pittsburgh, Atlanta, Louis.
and the
Louis,
Raiders.
I said Las Vegas.
Clip it.
Las Vegas.
Clip it.
Yep. Oh, here,
But
Birdman says Houston, Colts, Saints. Yep. Yep, yep.
yeah, but the Colts, I mean,
It's
the
not
Colts
bad, not
defense
bad.
isn't no, it's not great, but they gave up 28 to the Titans. We don't think the Titans are any great, offensive juggernaut. They gave up 20.
They're still
They
ranked 3rd.
yeah, they probably had some tutties and
I mean, yeah, they still had 19 points last 14, 14, 28. I mean, they've had some killer weeks, but they're not going against like great offenses, right? Cincinnati,
no, no,
Pittsburgh, Atlanta, Las Vegas.
Vegas,
So,
Louis.
you know, not bad at all. Um, I mean, other than this week, week 14 against Buffalo, I mean, the Chiefs got New England, Las
Mhm.
Vegas, Cincinnati. Like that's another good one there.
Yeah, Chiefs have been solid. They got
Nicholas says
carved
that
up.
right here. He's rolling with the Chiefs D. Yep, I feel that, Nicholas.
I'll
I
be honest
feel
with you.
that.
They got
Yeah,
carved up by the Packers. I didn't expect that.
yeah. Diaz says he was targeting Green Bay. He had the Browns, but with Garrett and Ward out, he let them go. Okay, I can feel that. I can feel that for sure. Mari Cooper or Nico Collins, full PPR. Think we rolling with Amari? We rolling with Flacco?
I
If
think so.
Flacco is starting, then I think it should be Amari, right?
I
I
I
mean,
would
it's
go that
hard to
route.
not
Yes.
play Nico. We've talked about this all stream basically.
Yeah.
But against the Jets D, like, is that too tough?
I think the reason why it is a question is because those factors, right? Normally
And the
this wouldn't
weather,
be too
it's
tough
not
of a
just the
question. Right.
yeah, yeah,
Those
it's
two
not just the
factors.
defense, but the weather to go along with it, kind of factoring in both of those,
It's tough.
that's what makes it tough. And if Flacco's slinging it, I mean, you can count on some of that going to Amari.
Yeah. I'd go with Amari there and feel pretty decent about it.
Yeah, Birdman says he just streams them. Yeah, typically that's what we like to do. But this season, I mean, it's been pretty solid. Like I've had the Saints D pretty much like almost
Mhm.
all season. I mean, they've been pretty solid. I haven't really changed it in this one league. I mean, I played Pittsburgh D like an idiot this week, and
Mhm. That ain't working out too well.
hmm no, I didn't. They wound up scoring 4 points, but I got 14.5 at a Deontay in this one league.
They caught the tutty.
So, oh, wow, shit, I did play Zeke in this league. It's
When you're in
crazy.
70, when you're in 75 leagues, sometimes you surprise
Well, I
yourself.
haven't really looked at this is the draft day dice league where, you basically draft your players based on the dice that you roll. So it didn't really go that well for me this season. But it was a fun little draft. Problem with the Jets D, the offense is turning the ball over. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, they leave their defense with short fields to
Had the
protect.
Bills until the wheels fell off. Yeah, man. It's getting rough for them. Yeah, they are gonna miss the playoffs with this QB play. They're fucked. They better put in my boy Mason Rudolph.
Oh, stop it. We're not doing that. We're
Bro,
definitely
Mason
not doing that.
Rudolph was supposed to be the backup. It wasn't supposed to be Trubisky's.
True biscuits. I'll never get over that. But mm, I think Trubisky
Trubisky's
is
at the
he's
helm.
he's better than Mason Rudolph.
No, Mason Rudolph could play a little bit. Give him a chance. I mean, he got fucked up that one season, and Miles Garrett almost fucking killed him. But
I was gonna say he hasn't been the same since Miles Garrett just rocked him over the head
he
with the
wa- he,
helmet.
wa- he wasn't really that good to begin with. But I mean, come on, Trubisky's is straight trash.
He is. Hard to
You
argue with
saw,
that.
I think you saw Mason Rudolph started warming up. I think on the sideline at one point.
Did he?
Yeah, I think so. After like Trubisky's kept turning that shit over. Where's he at? Trubisky's. Yeah, Trubisky's had the into. Fucking guy. Count on that for sure. Into for Trubisky's. You could bet on that. Too many injuries. My bench is an infirmary. Yeah, been through that. Been
It'd be
through
like
that.
that at this time of the year, Isaac, for show.
Appreciate you, Smokey. Trace McSorley on the Pittsburgh practice squad. God, I
Haven't
can't get
heard that
that
name in a
worse,
long
can
time.
it? Can't get that worse, can it?
Oh, it can. Oh, just call up RG3 at this point. Fuck it.
It is it is Christmas, red-nosed reindeer, yeah. Oh man, Bears mess his career up, yes. That was rough for Trubisky's, right? He had that one like really good. He had like a really good season, right? QB what 15 in 2018, right?
Yeah, with
And
Chicago.
24 tutties and the 12 picks, and we thought like, all right, maybe this guy can get better, and then it just went straight downhill from there.
And he had them in the playoffs. He had the Chicago Bears in the playoffs. But the
That's
Bears are
true.
one of those dysfunctional franchises from the key positions, right? General manager, head coach. We see a ton of turnover, and that means a
Hmm.
ton of turnover at the quarterback position. So that tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah, they did fuck up Trubisky's. You could always call your boy Boyle. Yeah.
Yeah, he's on the
Any news on Ramondre? Think he'll be back for the fantasy playoffs? Let me see if I
I'll
could
check right now.
look into it.
I got you. He's only ruled out Thursday. He hasn't been placed on IR or anything like that. So just ruled out for the past week.
Ruled out for what?
He was only ruled out for the Thursday game. Hasn't been any further information, but it says to miss time, so we don't know exactly what that means. It said multiple weeks early this week, so
Olave. Oh yeah, Chris Olave's been sick. Actually, he is gonna play, but
oh, I thought you meant sick like he's been doing work, which he has,
no, he's been actual sick.
and he's been playing well the last 3 weeks.
I'm trying to see if I could. Here we go, Ramondre. If we're just looking at one of the sports doctors here, average 3 weeks, efficiency dip 20% upon return, MRI on Monday. IR is actually in play. So that was 6 days ago. Hold on, let's see if there's anything
But
updated.
I
So he
think
didn't
they
go
could
on
do it,
IR, so that's a good sign,
but I
right?
think they could do it retroactively to the injury. So that's a tough one.
What happened? The fuck happened to Mostert? He's a little banged up too.
I feel like everybody's banged up at this point of the year.
Yeah, I can't get anything latest on Ramondre. I'm not seeing. Possibly he could be back next week, but just something to keep an
Probably
eye on.
not.
I mean,
Probably not.
have a bye, need week 16, 17 defense like the Colts. Miami schedule brutal. Yeah, literally, if you rewind like probably 5-10 minutes, we had a whole discussion on defenses for
Potential,
for the next
yeah.
few weeks for the fantasy playoffs. So
We talked about
I
Green
think
Bay. We talked about the Colts,
Green
Houston,
Green Bay, Colts, what were some of the other ones
Texans.
Texans, Falcons. But yeah, any of those, depending who you got out there, on your waivers, Jelly. Appreciate you, Jelly. Bad coaching, Bertman said. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
ain't
It's
no
been like that
way
for a
he's that
while.
bad like he playing now. Well, listen, I mean, Steelers they do have some weapons. I mean, put him with a real coach. I mean, Tomlin's been awesome though. Mm. Drop Noah, Dowdle, Sharps, Taysom, or Palmer for Wicks.
Well, like you said, who are you not playing? Right? Who are you not playing consistently? I don't think you're playing Dowdle consistently. Like you
Well,
can make the case for Noah.
I'm not gonna drop him because just in case
Uh,
Pollard gets hurt, that's the next man up. I mean,
Okay.
I
You
don't
could say
think
the
I'd
same
drop
thing about
any of that.
Sharps.
Like, are you ever gonna play Wicks? I mean, probably not. I'm not dropping Dowdle or Sharps. I want those running backs if I need to, you know? So you can make the argument for Palmer because he's not back yet, but when he does come back, I'm gonna want him over Wicks, right? So
Yeah, yeah, I would agree.
and with Dell out, I kinda want a piece of that Texans offense if I can get it, right? So
Especially after this
I
week. Yep.
I don't know, maybe you don't pick up Wicks here, right?
That's true because after this week, Palmer's not going to play this week, and then Noah has the bad matchup plus the weather, like we talked about. But after this week, both of those guys are in play, Palmer and Brown, and I don't think you're playing Wicks over either one of them. So I tend to agree with that scenario. But you know, if you're feeling some Dontavian Wicks, I mean, who's your tight end? You know, do you need Taysom Hill?
Philip, what up, Philip? Jordan or Ingram?
We had this question. I think we took Ingram. I think you took.
No,
I
we
think
didn't
you
have
took
we didn't no, it was a different one. I don't think we had it. Well, I don't think it was
Brevin,
between Ingram. It was between
Brevin
somebody else,
Jordan
I think. Yeah, it's Brevin
and
Jordan and
Ingram.
somebody else, I think. We had
Okay.
Ingram and somebody else. I don't remember who it was. I think we were going with Ingram on the last one, whoever was between. But
Yeah, I'm taking Ingram here as well.
yeah, I think I'll still take Ingram. But we did make the case that, Brevin Jordan could see some short targets in a bad weather game against
Mm-hmm.
the Jets, who have a pretty good defense. So that could be interesting. But I mean,
Those are
Ingram's
underneath.
been solid. So Birdman said Pollard. I wouldn't pick him up. No one's gonna touch him. Yeah, I feel that. Starting Reek, Smith, and Deontay.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. Kincaid and Godert.
I think you're good at tight end. Then you don't need
Yeah,
Taysom Hill if you
you
want to
don't
go that
necessarily
route.
need Taysom Hill, or you could drop Godert and keep Hill. I mean, whatever you want to do. Hill is like I don't even know what to say about Hill anymore. Like I'm so done with
Mhm.
that dude in fantasy football.
Bro, he's mercurial. Like he'll have those 4 weeks where he's going
He could
off, and
just
then you
do
feel
he
good
could
about
just
playing him.
do anything. I mean, the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, you could play the whole season other than week 1, you could have played this dude any week and he gave you points. Like, I mean, he's tight end 10 right now on 26 catches for 229 yards.
It's bullshit. I'm fucking sick of Taysom Hill, honestly.
So that's I mean, you could make the argument to just play Taysom Hill and you could have traded Kincaid and Goddard. But A big Texans defense game. Yeah, you could probably get that
I can
against the
see that.
Jets in the bad
Yeah,
weather.
against
I like that,
bum ass
man. I
Zach
like that.
against bum ass Zach Wilson. Yeah, I like my chances there.
C Dog Deal Double G. CEH or Damian Pierce injuries screwed me this week, and I need to play one of these guys. All right, so CEH or Damian Pierce?
CEH. I'll take Clyde Edwards-Helaire here. I'm not fucking with Damian Pierce.
Yeah, I mean against the Jets. I mean it's bad weather, so maybe he does get some work, but how efficient is he really going to be? And then you got to pray for the tutty on top of that.
Right.
Um, so yeah, give me CEH by like, oh, yeah, give me CEH. I mean, Pierce could have retaken over the backfield, I guess you can say, but against the Jets D, I mean,
Feel good about that?
I
I
don't
don't.
know. Just give me the better offense and the chance that possibly CH gets in the end zone. Who knows? He's still there. It's like sharks with players, so yeah, he's safe. Yeah. Wicks, yeah. Richard, what's up, Richard? What's up, guys? Full PPR we've got here. Pick two. Hopkins, Rice, Flowers, or Ford in the flex. Much appreciated. Appreciate you, Richard. All right, we got to pick two here, Hammer.
Give me Rashee Rice. I think he's established. I think it's a big enough sample size that we've seen Rashee Rice is probably the best receiver on that team at this point, wide receiver. And then it's tough because, Flowers hasn't been great, but without Andrews in a shit weather game, I don't know if I'm crazy about that. Give me Rashee Rice and Jerome Ford. Hopkins is, I don't know why, but Hopkins always just comes out of nowhere and just like,
I'm
damn,
thinking
he's still.
yeah. You could go Rice Flowers. I mean, could go Rice.
What you got, Chief?
I think Rice Ford is. I mean, give me Rice Flowers. I'm going Rice Flowers. Fuck it. Let's go
Okay.
Rice Flowers. Question: Houston coaching a little. How you have Tank Dell Blanken in the trenches? Yeah, I mean we talked about that a little bit. I think on one of the streams. It doesn't make sense. Obviously, why not just put the bigger guy down in there at that point? But I don't know. It is what it is. Maybe he wasn't supposed to be down in the trenches. Maybe I didn't really look at the replay. I don't really. I haven't really examined it. But maybe the defensive guy drove him in towards the middle of the field. There, I don't know. I don't know if that was. I don't know, man.
So it's really interesting, Birdman, because I was watching the broadcast when they were showing it, and they brought that up as well. They're like, "Yo, Tank Dell's like 5'9", a buck 60. Why is he in there in that situation?" Which is very curious. So I totally agree with that. There's no reason he needs to be in there blocking on that in that situation down near the goal line.
Mm. Flowers threw his flowers in the end zone, and Lamar shook his head at the celebration.
I did see that. Lamar was like,
I actually missed it. I didn't see that.
I did
DS, I
see that.
remember last week. Yes, I actually thought about you as
You
soon as
did.
he scored the tutty.
You
I was
did.
like, DS said it. He's gonna score, obviously, at some point in time. It's just how much can we rely on it? It really
See
just
the
depends on what your other options are, right?
The problem with D Hop is, and it's something that you mention all the time, it's like one of those guys where, listen, if you're going to play him, you just have to play him in your lineup, on a given week and just live with the results. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So he's been so hit or miss that it's hard to say, okay, I'd rather take a guy that I know is getting more consistent production than, a D Hop touchdown here or there. So, and that Tennessee offense hasn't been any great shakes. They had a little bit of an explosion in that last game. So, D Hop was able to kind of cash in and get the tutty, but it's tough. So, I can't bank on that production, at least somewhat consistently from D Hop. That's why I generally tend to look elsewhere. But he's still,
Mhm.
I just looked it up. D Hop, I believe, is wide receiver 20. He's wide receiver 23 So he's like he's a low end wide receiver too, which is pretty solid. But
Mhm.
if you look at the game log, like he's wide receiver 29, 62, 59, 40, then wide receiver 8. Then he's 82, wide receiver 2, 27, 58, 15, right?
True.
52 and then third. It's too much of a roller coaster to be able to, feel good about him on any given week.
And to be fair, he did have that one huge game, right? The
The 3
330,
touchdowns. Yeah.
128. I mean, listen, he's back in wide receiver 2, which is kinda what we projected going into the season, with Tannehill, let alone, Levis at this point, but
Yep.
yeah, I mean, listen, 50 for 774, he's still about to possibly hit a K. I mean, you know,
Yep.
he's at where he was last year as far as his yardage. I mean, he had 717 last year, only played in 9 games, so already got the same amount of targets. Oh, my bad. Apple faced Ramsey, but it's not like they haven't seen each other regularly. Yeah, that's true. I mean, Ramsey's getting old now too, so Tua or Fields? Man, George, you always got this every week, man. This is tough. Every damn week. It's hard to just not go with Tua. I mean, he's been
I'm taking Tua
what,
here.
top 10? I mean,
I'm
got him
taking
against
Tua.
Tennessee where they can throw the ball a little bit. Tua, I mean, it's gotta be Tua, I
Did
guess. Fields
did
that
you
can
re
run it. I mean,
did hold on really quick. Did you rename the subscriber league?
yeah, I did.
I just noticed that. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" I just noticed that.
Well, we were talking about how every year, like, okay, you pretty much add a new dynasty almost every year. So I was like, well, yeah, next year we're gonna have another subscriber league, right? We've already actually almost got it filled. I think we got like 9, 10 people in there already. So we're ready to go
Mhm.
for next season for subscriber league too. So I wanted to make this one. I didn't want to just be all right. So number one, number two, like this is the OGs, the original gangsters, the day ones, the
I don't have a problem
so.
with it. I just noticed it. That's all. Don't No need to defend it. I'm good
Well, I
with
mean,
it.
shit, it's not
I
like you
just
said
noticed it.
thanks or I like it or yeah, whether this the fucking OGs. I mean, and you didn't fucking say shit.
I was gonna say something that probably doesn't belong on the air, so I'm gonna leave that for off the air. But yes, it's nice. I like it. I just noticed it. That's all. Jesus. What the deuce?
Oh shit. Yeah, said Levis was yelling at D Hop before they went off because D Hop slowed up on a pass. After that, they
Yeah,
were in sync. That's
I
right.
did
I
see
did
that.
see
I
that.
did. Yep.
He said he forgot like they were on TV or some shit like that. I don't remember. He said something stupid.
I don't think that
But
matters though. It's just them communicating, get on the same page. That's fine. I have
yeah,
no problem
yeah.
with that.
Well, listen, first off, don't you fucking dare yell at D Hop. Don't you fucking dare. Okay,
If you're Will
Mr.
Levis, you
fucking
can't do that.
mustard in
I
my
feel you.
coffee, fucking eating banana peel. Like, no, bro. Don't you
Feel you on
like
that.
I wouldn't have been surprised if D Hop just turned around and smacked the dog shit out of Levis.
I hear you. I hear you.
George, I have Dowdle as a handcuff. Yeah, yeah, you definitely want to keep Dowdle. I mean, Charbonnet, you want to keep him too. Should I drop one of those for McKinnon? Non
Probably not.
PPR.
No, then definitely not. If it's non PPR, because McKinnon's going to get you the receiving work. Now he could get those touchdowns down near the goal line. We've
That's
seen those
true.
packages
PPR is
before,
different.
but I don't think it's enough to, especially if Dowdle's your handcuff to Pollard. Obviously, we're not doing that. And then Charbonnet, I think Charbonnet's good enough, where if something happens to Kenneth Walker, Charbonnet couldn't handle a decent workload. So no, I'm not giving any one of
Those
those guys
are
up for
yeah,
McKinnon.
those are like league winning type handcuffs. Like
Yep.
McKinnon, I mean, he was what was it last year, right? He was
The end of last year, he was
awesome,
a
but I
beast.
think with
He was a beast.
non PPR, that kind of diminishes a little bit. And he
Limits the
just hasn't
upside.
really been as involved this season as we kind of want.
hmm
Now, to be fair, the same fucking kind of thing happened last season where he wasn't like all crazy great, and then all of a sudden towards the end of the season, he just started busting out. So do you think D
Sure.
Hop's a good start depending on your situation? I mean, it's not a horrible start. He's still a wide receiver, 2, as we just talked about. So back in wide receiver 2. So I'm not opposed to starting him. Just depends who you're going to start him over, right?
Sure.
Taysom, Rashid out. Gino questionable as fuck. Yeah, would you sit DK for D Hop? That could be a like that could be fair. Sit DK for D Hop.
Taking on Seattle. I mean, legit. I know D Hop, DK's coming off the big game.
Yeah, Birdman wanted to go with Fields on that last one. Gitz, what's up, Gitz? Appreciate you, man. Minshew or Russ?
Minshew.
Minshew. I mean,
Russ, they've been playing better, but Russ isn't exactly lighting it up
no, he's not. It's been fucking weird.
because they're playing better defense. Like, and they're running the ball a little bit. He's just throwing a
Well,
touchdown every game to Cortland Sutton.
I mean, he's had it. Yeah, he's threw touchdowns and
Every game,
a
but he had
touchdown
the
and
two
a rushing touchdown.
rushing.
The
But
last
even
2
still,
games, he's had rushing touchdowns, so that's been big. Like, he's had a little bit of rushing upside, but I mean, he's not even hitting 200 yards passing the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games. Other than one game, the
all right,
past 8 games, he hasn't had over
7 out
200
of
yards
8.
passing. Yeah.
7 out of 8. And one of those games was under 100.
But he's still
Yeah.
throwing tutties and he's rushing, so he's been a pretty decently safe
He has
quarterback.
been running more than the last couple of years, for sure.
And they're going against the Chargers. We know that defense is not great. Minshew. Minshew. Yeah, Minshew. Where's Minshew at? Threw 2 tutties last game, over 300. The last 2 games to have thrown the ball over 40 times for Minshew. He's going to have to throw tutties, though.
I like Minshew.
Yeah. Give me Minshew, I guess. Russ is they're both pretty safe. I mean, they're probably the same, to be honest. But give me the guy who might throw some more tutties. Give me Minshew. Birdman said I got to join. Yeah, do you play Dynasty, Birdman? I could get you in there. If you want to play Dynasty, yeah, for our Dynasty. We didn't do any redraft subscriber leagues. We only did the Dynasty, so Levis will be replaced in the draft. Yeah, that could be. That could be. I mean, they've been trying to fucking find a quarterback. Shit. Seahawks have a bad schedule. Yeah, man. I don't know. I'm with Levis. This is my only shot. You on your way out. Don't you slow up when I'm targeting you, motherfucking Hall of Fame. Then act like it.
Diaz always on some shit.
I feel that, Diaz. I feel that, but
It's D Hop and your Will Levis. Show some respect.
show some damn respect. All them coaches gone. Yeah, that's true too. You know, new regime comes in. If they don't like Levis, then fuck it, he gone. But he could last at least one more season. I mean, they probably give him the season to show what he's got.
So it looks like there was some additional injury report stuff.
We said Dobbs is out there too. Do we just go Dobbs over Minshew or Russ?
I still like Minshew. Minshew's been slinging it around. I think I like me some Minshew. Dobbs does have some rushing upside, so you can make the case there. JJ's back. He didn't play well.
I'm going Dobbs.
Dobbs didn't play well.
I'm going Dobbs.
Of course
I
you
would
are.
go Dobbs against Vegas. He didn't play well last week, but he played well in all the weeks before that. So he had one bad week. I'll
And
give
the
him the
fact that
benefit of the doubt.
well, hold on. The fact that he had a bad week and everybody was, his job was starting to get called into question. That's not a good sign. So,
No, it's not a good sign, but if he's playing, fuck it. I'm rolling with him. I'm
fair
rolling
enough.
with him. I'll take the one bad game. Well, 2 bad games if you count week 1. 25-1 in the coaches league. We play with the median. Yeah. A lot more people nowadays are playing with that. I don't necessarily love it, but Bogey, what up, Bogey? Bogey in the building. What's good, Bogey? Oh, nice. Birdman said he's down. Awesome. I'll send you the invite for it.
Hell yeah, dude. Let's do it.
Diaz says, Bet, don't you want your QB to be a leader? Sometimes you got to be that asshole that calls out, taking plays off. I know. Listen, you're right. I could feel it. I could see it from that end, but at the same time,
That
don't you
situation's a
fucking
little
dare.
different.
Don't you fucking dare. You know
Let's
D-Hop be slapping baby mamas. Shit.
D Hop don't fuck around.
Dobbs because they just had a buy and I know he prep. Yeah, that's true too. This motherfucker's smart as shit, right?
Yeah, but I
Dobbs.
I I, I like the way Minshew's been slinging it, and he's got that
Mhm.
Colts team at 7-5 and prime for
All
a
right. All
playoff
right.
spot.
Right now, Minshew versus Dobbs for a case of dew on the
Take
line.
it, got it locked
Boom.
in. Let's
Minshew
do it.
Dobbs case of dew.
More points or high
All right,
QB finish?
guys.
What are we
Who we
doing here?
rolling with? Are we going with Hammer and Minshew? Or are we going with Stevie B and Dobbs? There's a case of dew on the line, boys. Who's getting the case? We're just gonna tally them up, and then after the season's over, whatever is owed, we'll just do it.
I like it.
Caddy in the building. What up, Caddy? What's goody, Caddy? Cup or Hall? Wow, is Hall a little more interesting in the rain or
Yes,
the
he
bad
is.
weather?
Yes, he is. I'm taking Brees Hall here in the rain. Cooper Cup's a lot more
Reese in the
dependent.
rain.
Cooper Cup's a lot more dependent. There's more factors inhibiting him, right? That Jets defense, sloppy weather, windy. Matthew Stafford's not mobile. I'll take Brees Hall.
No, Stafford's got the Ravens.
What was
Yeah,
the?
Stafford's yeah, that's supposed to be bad weather too. So yeah, I mean,
Oh, right. The Texans, but it's the same scenario. Yeah,
yeah,
I'll take Brees Hall. It's the same scenario virtually.
that's true. Yeah, that's close, but I might have to go. I might go Bree. I mean, Cup has been so bad, so hard. I don't want to miss that Cup game though. You know.
Think it's gonna
Mm.
happen.
I think barring the
Cup is
circumstances, I'll go Breeze, but I'd pay attention to the weather. You know, tomorrow morning. We'll check the weather tomorrow. Get on with us tomorrow morning. We'll double check on the weather. But
really quick. ETN expected to play.
yep, Dobbs going to be good. They tweaked the offense to cater to his strengths. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, we had the bye week, so for sure. Of the coach, Goder and AJ Brown over a receiving tutty. So you
Yeah, I'll
need
take
both
that.
of them to score a tutty? Is that
Or
what he's
just
saying?
one of them,
Or
the
one?
both of them combined to get one.
Both of them combined to score one tutty? Yeah, I'll take that all day. That all day. Birdman says he's in Gatorade. He don't drink soda. Bro, I try to not drink soda, but
It's so good.
Mountain
Mountain
Dew
Dew's
is
so good.
like crack. It's just it's so
It's
good. And I tell and I'm not supposed to drink soda. Like it's not really good for me. It's not good for my stomach. But when you're going down the fucking aisle and the Mountain Dew is just right there in your fucking
that
face and this
green just
fucking
radiates.
green
Yep.
fucking thing, you can't walk by it and not see it. You know, and then they got the 12 pack and then they got the 24 pack right next to
They
it. And
do
it's like,
at
bro,
Walmart. Yep.
what am I supposed to do here?
All right, really quick. If you had one Mountain Dew flavor to pick, would it be the original,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
the Code Red, or the
Original.
blue? The blue one is really
No.
good as well.
No. I don't really like the blue one that much. The red is
The blue
banging. I used to love the red, but there's nothing like the fucking original. There's nothing like the OG do.
that red one is fantastic, man. That cherry, uh, that is delightful. But yeah, Mountain Dew is just insanely good, and it's so bad for you.
Yeah. All right, guys, throw your last second questions in the chat. We'll get to the rest of these questions here before we call it a night, and we'll be on tomorrow morning, of course. Caddy said Hall or Rashad White.
Give me Rashad White.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Rashad White as well. I mean, he's been great this season. So Dobbs fantasy points. Yep, I have the exact situation. I'm in sixth place, so I gotta handle my business. Have Minshew in there. If Beather can light up Cincy, then Uncle Rico can too. Better coach, better O line, faster pace. I feel it.
Uncle Rico.
I feel it. Dobbs has a rushing floor, but bad O line, good weapons, but he looks like
That's funny.
Piccolo
Yes, he does.
from Dragon Ball Z.
That's well played by you, Diaz. He does look like Piccolo.
I'm all water and occasionally raspberry iced tea. I feel that. I feel that.
The
How about that
brisk
Arizona
iced tea.
99-cent and
The
iced
Arizona's
tea?
good. Snapple's the goat iced tea though. Snapple's the
Oh,
goat.
Snapple for sure is the go. Bro, Summer Peach is still the best fucking Snapple ever made.
Summer peach or just regular peach?
Well, regular peach is banging too, but Summer Peach, bro,
I
Summer Peach is that's tough.
You know what I've been messing with? They have a half iced tea, half lemonade Snapple.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
is
that's okay.
really
Okay,
good.
that's all right. That's all right. But yeah, Summer Peach, bro. Summer Peach. Get the Summer Peach. Oh my god, it's so good, dude.
I ain't mad at it.
Summer Peach Snapple, Grape High C, or Mountain Dew.
High C orange. We're not doing this again.
Oh
High
yeah,
C orange.
original with a slice of cheese pizza. There you go. Give me the pep on it though. Give me the pepperonis. Coffee is life for Diaz. Yeah, I'm not a big coffee drinker. I'll do tea though. I love tea with like a unhealthy amount of like cup of diabetes type sugar in it.
I do mess with coffee, and it's funny because I was never a big coffee drinker either. And then I met my wife, and she drinks coffee all the time. So now
Mm.
we go get coffee in the morning on the weekends. Coffee is a big part of my life now.
Hunter,
Only
what's
one
up, Hunter?
only one cup a day though.
Appreciate you for tuning in, Hunter. Hope y'all having a good night. Hope you are too. Hope your season's going well, brother. Was wondering what you guys thought about Nico Collins. Don't love the matchup and heard it's supposed to be high winds. Yeah, we've been kind of
We
talking
talked
about this
about that the whole show.
all night pretty much. So we don't like the situation. We don't like the weather. We don't like the matchup. But it all really is going to depend on like who is your other options to put in there for him. You know,
Yep.
what other options do you have? So I like my coffee like I like my woman, hot, sweet, in a large cup size.
Diaz, we got
I'm all
Diaz, you
over. I
need
like
some
some
couch time,
color.
bro.
I like some color. Sometimes I like it dark. Sometimes I like it light. Sometimes I like it medium. I like to dabble in a little bit of everything.
I'm pleading the fifth on this one.
Oh, tell your wife to put the earmuffs on for a minute.
Nope. Not even engaging.
Get in the can. Hawaiian punch in the can is banging. Brisk in the can is banging too.
I haven't really like
She
as
has
I've gotten
no
a little
sleep.
bit older, as I've gotten a little bit older, Hawaiian Punch just doesn't do it for me anymore.
No, Hawaiian punch doesn't do it for me either. I don't like the
You know what I
Hawaiian. I
mean?
can do the high. They could do the high C, but the Hawaiian punch, there's
I
something
kind of
about the
outgrew it a little bit.
taste. There's
That
something
texture
about the
leaves in your
taste.
mouth, right? Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
weird.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I think it's
yeah.
that
I could
red
drink a cup,
dye
but
that they
that's about
use.
it. I can't. Yeah. Caddy said pick one defense: Minnesota, San Fran, Tampa, Cleveland.
I mean, at this point, San Fran's hard to say no to. They're probably one of the best defenses in the league, right? I mean, I
We
know
don't know if
Seattle's coming off,
Gino. Yeah, we don't
right?
know about Gino
Yeah,
either.
Cleveland's interesting too. Give me San Francisco just because I kind of know what they are, and it looks like they're rounding into form as well. Give me San Fran here.
I'll roll with that too. Caddy said, "Do you like hot Cheetos?" No, I don't mess with the hot Cheetos.
Nah, regular Cheetos are good.
Maybe we should do a show like in the off season of just regular
Top
bullshit.
foods,
Or
top
yeah,
like top five,
just dumb bullshit and have fun.
top five
Cameron said
cereals.
just saw Geno Smith is game
Mm-hmm.
time decision. Yes, he is a game time decision. So it's yeah, man.
And the fucked up part about that is, let me see, are they in that 4 o'clock window?
Birdman, appreciate you, Birdman. Good night, brother. Have a good night, man. Good luck
Yeah,
tomorrow. Good luck tomorrow.
yes,
If we don't
sir.
see you in the morning when we're on. But yeah, good luck, bro. Only other guy I have is Keaton. It's tough to bench Nico for Keaton, but I've definitely been thinking about it. Yeah, I mean that's not a bad option at all. We do like Keaton this week.
I think in this situation, it's not a bad play.
No,
right?
it's
Even though
not.
it's shit weather in Baltimore, Keaton's one of those guys on the ground. You hand it off to him, and he could take
He'll
it to
be
the
getting the
house.
ball on the ground. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That
I
might
don't think
be it.
that's a bad play.
That could be the option there, Hunter. Could be the option, man. Appreciate you, Birdman. Caddy said food tier lists.
Yeah, we should do some of that, like top 5 cereals, top 5, fast food joints,
Super
pizza.
value meal 7.
I don't even know what that is. What is that, DS?
All righty.
You know what?
Well, yeah, I guess that's pretty much
Just
wraps it up for tonight, guys. Throw any last questions you got in the chat. We'll try and get to it real quick before we head up out of here. Appreciate everybody tuning in and coming out. Smash that like for us if you haven't already. If you're new to the show, smash that subscribe if you're feeling it.
I will say, when I leave New York,
Hunter,
like
subscribe. Appreciate you, Hunter. Shout out to Hunter. Welcome to the crew. We're
won't.
live Tuesday nights, Friday nights, and Saturday nights, 10 Eastern, Sunday mornings, 11:30 Eastern. So we're on pretty much 3-4 days a week during this football season.
I will say, I feel like when I leave New York, like the tri-state area, the fast food is so much better. Like when I went to California, it was so much better. When I lived in Florida, it was so much better. Maybe just because I've had the same shit forever.
Yeah, yeah, you've had the same shit and you haven't had like I'm out here in North
Yeah.
Carolina, like we've got Bojangles. Like I never had fucking
Hmm.
Bojangles before. Zaxby's. These places are banging compared to the other bullshit.
I went to In-N-Out in California, dude. It was the best shit I've ever had.
Oak first, then the Mountain Dew. Yeah. Well, you know
That's
what's my real
diabetes.
shit, Isaac? You know what's my real shit at
Cherry Coke,
uh no, 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 no. You know what's the real shit at Rincon? What do we get at Rincon, bro?
fucking Shirley Temple, you little
The
bastard.
picture of Shirley Temple, and we've
But you can make the
Shirley
Shirley
Temple's
Temple.
banging.
Shirley Temple, you just get some Sprite and fruit punch, and you just fill the Sprite up 3/4 of the way, and just drop a little bit of fruit punch in there, and you got a Shirley Temple.
Yeah, Caddy. Dallas D, you can pretty much get rid of at this point. There's some better Ds out there for the next couple weeks, so for sure. Green Bay, Atlanta were some of the ones we talked about. Yeah, Caddy, if you look a little earlier in the show, we talked a lot of defenses, so you can always try and go back and check that out. But Dallas D upcoming schedule, Philly, Buffalo, Miami, Detroit. Yeah, it's
Mhm.
not looking good, man. Isaac said he dropped them for Houston, so
I
hell
would
yeah.
do that.
Yeah. Daniel, what up, Daniel? What's goody, bro? Fellas, thinking about starting Love over Lamar. Any thoughts? Mm.
I don't know.
Is Lamar running it more with the bad weather or
That's the question. That's a $64,000 question. So Lamar, QB10, he hasn't been great, honestly. Over his last 5 games, he's only in the top 10 once, and he was only 4 out of the last 5 games. He's been not good. You can make the argument, right? He's still running it a little bit, not prolific. Passing touchdowns come and go. I,
he's still running it a lot.
I you could. Love's been fantastic over the last month. I
Yeah, I mean,
just
the one thing we've been saying, I mean, the thing with Love is if that team's getting in the end zone, it's probably going to be a passing touchdown. I mean, he's been awesome the last 4 weeks
in a good matchup. Weather's
in
not
a
really
good
going to be a
matchup,
factor.
but the weather is,
Lamar
yeah.
Lamar's got the rain and to deal with.
Jordan Love too, right? At the Giants.
No, Monday night.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
You could do it. I that's
You
a
could. I
tough
mean, they're
one,
literally back to back, QB9, QB10. I mean,
but that's with Love playing really well the last month and Lamar not playing great the last month.
that's true too. I think I'm still gonna go with Lamar just because I feel safe with the rushing, I guess. That's kind of the only reason.
I'm not mad at it, but give me Jordan Love here and looking at it
I'm not mad.
objectively just because he's played extremely well.
I ain't mad at that either. I ain't mad at it either. So that's yeah, that's tough.
And
That's
Jordan
tough.
Love is a little I think Jordan Love is a little underrated in terms of his mobility and his athleticism. Like he's not going to give you a ton of like rushing upside, but he has some wheels that he can manipulate a little bit. He has 2 rushing touchdowns on the season. So not saying he's Lamar on the ground, obviously, but I think Jordan Love might be the play here. I think I would do it.
Yeah, that's tough. I might have to go Lamar, but I could definitely see playing Love. I ain't mad at that at all. I think it's just hit or miss. He said already playing Reed, so he's playing Reed already. And he
So the
said, "How
stack
much
could
work is the
work.
Ravens RB gonna get because of weather is what I'm worried about." Yeah, I mean,
Legit.
is he gonna
All
hand it
legit.
off? Is he gonna run it himself? Does that mean he's gonna run more too? I mean, we don't know which way that's gonna go. Like that's the kind of rough part about it, right?
Yeah. Let me see. Because I think it's supposed to rain on Monday, but by the time we get to Monday night, yeah, Monday night, no weather at all. Monday night's going to be 30 degrees, but no winds, 10 miles an hour, clear.
I think I just have to play Lamar. I mean, for the simple fact that he can basically finish as QB1, I don't think Jordan Love can do that. So that's why
That's
I'm just
fair.
gonna play
I
Lamar.
don't.
But yeah, you can play Love, and I ain't mad at you at all. Better kicker, McPherson versus Indy or Hopkins versus Jacksonville?
Let me see. Well, this is you want to look at the weather. So McPherson's playing outside in Cincinnati.
Yeah, it says dry, sustained winds 10 miles per hour,
That's
possible
nothing.
gusts up to 20, but it is a green. It is a green on the website here.
And then what about
So it doesn't
Cleveland?
look as bad. Hopkins, Jacksonville. Jacksonville at Cleveland, few spotty showers. Nothing sustained or too heavy. Winds around 10 miles per hour. Yellow for that one because a few spotty showers, but it's
Give me McPherson here.
essentially close, essentially the same.
I'll take McPherson. I think it's close though either way. I don't think there's a lot to split the difference.
No, there's not. You
Do
could
the
go with
Browns
either one. Yeah,
do the
I'll go
Browns
with.
move the ball better?
I don't know. Do they? I mean,
No, I'm just saying. I don't. That's
yeah, I don't
part
know.
of.
I mean, yeah, I guess I'll go with McPherson too. So let's just roll with that. Here in upstate New York, we're getting 2 to 3 inches of rain tomorrow. Okay, you're in upstate. Hammers and Jers, right? Jersey. Rain tomorrow is gonna turn to snow Monday morning. Today was mid-50s. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, it was 60 degrees down here today.
it was
60, bro.
60. Shit. Yeah, it
60,
was pretty
dog.
warm over here in North Carolina today compared to what it's been. Like it's been a little cold. A
It's
few
gonna be
days
60
cold,
tomorrow. It's gonna
a
be
few days
60
warm.
tomorrow too
So,
during the day with the rain, warm rain.
mm, but yeah. All right, guys. I think we're about to get up out of here. We'll see y'all tomorrow morning, 11:30 Eastern tomorrow. We'll get the rest of any start sits you have. We'll go over the injuries. We'll go over some game bets. We'll look
Oh, I got
at
some game bets for you guys. Oh yeah.
underdog as well. But appreciate y'all. We up out of here.